you have returned once again to the Bristleback Inn. And let me pull up the appropriate location. Nah, this'll do. Your recent forays to the hidden cloister on the north shore of the little lake to the northeast, have been fruitful. And last session you brought back quite the treasure. And yet, it was also noted that you brought back some dead. And as a result, your hirelings are a bit more reluctant to join you in the sort of high impact adventuring that they were discussed prior. They're certainly not willing to engage in warfare with invisible demons. No harm, no foul. They're simply call them back another time for something they can see and shoot.
Pretty reasonable, honestly.
I would. They like to think so.
Pretty outrageous.
If I'm not mistaken, today the caller will be Finbar. The weather is getting pretty frightful. While you are not yet within the depths of wintertide, the full grip of fall is upon you. Or rather, in harvesttide. The clouds are consistently overcast. The wind is high and cold. And the sun is beginning to set earlier and earlier in the night, as the dominance of the moon over the sun begins to rise. You've done some divinations in consultation with your ally, Father Wingbat. I'd like to reiterate what you were informed of. It was asked, where will we find the elder priest? And the answer was given that they will be found within the intact cloister. It was asked, how many denizens of evil follow the system? And the answer was 13. It was asked, are there any hidden treasures located in either ruin or the cloister? And the answer was yes. And then generously it specified in the cloister. Father Bloombad continues to be arduously busy, grappling with the mystical and theological needs of a rapidly inflating population, as people, in defiance of all good sense, continue to move to this winter-blighted hovel virtually in the middle of nowhere, even as winter approaches. Fortunately, thanks in large part to the patronage of the Fists of Kayden and the hard work of those PCs who have retired in the background, it does look like this winter should be survivable for most everyone. Though, of course, survivable and comfortable are distant concepts indeed. The air in the Bristleback Inn has grown noisier, more boisterous, as people spend more time within its warm walls and less time outside. Because, given that the population of the peninsula is such that the most popular tavern music is often some variety of hymnal, belted out raucously and drunkenly, but a hymnal nonetheless.
Sounds very Lutheran.
A little bit. I'm going to level with you. I don't know enough about Lutherans to, have any kind of informed reaction to that. So I'm just going to say...
think Medea.
I'm smiling and nodding. The gang has convened in preparation for what I believe to be another outing against the priests of the eldest god, and the ruins about their cloister. What is the plan today, such as it is? I believe, Finbar, as you are the caller, you have some influence in deciding what that is, mostly because you get to be the one who wrestles some kind of consensus among your comrades.
Okay, so my understanding is that Praderi wants to finish clearing the ruined cloister. Is that right, AJ?
Yeah, at least to remove those two spirits, those two elementals.
And then Ulfkel suggested we leave them for now and go straight to Big Bad Guy.
Yes, because the longer we wait, the more chances we give them to recoup and regroup. Want to hit them hard.
Test. What do you think? Ruined or Elder Priest?
I'm not sure. I'm
we'll
willing
come
to go
back
either
to you.
way.
Ross, what do you think? Invisible spirits or Elder Priest?
Elder Priest. Thanks.
Okay. Father Chris?
Yes, the Elder Priest is clearly the prime target.
Yeah,
My theory is that the Elder Priest and the spirits don't necessarily have any relation to each other. So I imagine those spirits are going to remain there after we
Almost
go
certainly.
and fight big bad guy here. So I think we make a run for this intact cloister in an attempt to root out the evil, chaotic influences therein, and ideally be on the lookout to see how serviceable it is as an early fortification in the area. We'll come back to it, Praderi, I promise.
No worries.
Definitely.
it does seem like the one with the invisible guardians has a bit more high risk, a bit less reward at this point, since we think we got the bulk of the treasure, right?
My concern is we are presuming that they are constrained to that one area, and we do not know that they are constrained to that one area. That's the root of my concern.
Yeah, that's fair. They could come up behind us, and then we'd be in we'd have a real problem.
So the question is, should I bring some, a couple of uses, or at least one of misconstruence? If we're going, I assume there's going to be more than just this guy there. He's
Good
going to
plan.
have a bunch of.
Oh man,
13 bad guys.
I think that is a very
such a good
plan.
use for
Oh, in that case, I'll bring. I will bring 2.
Question, Finbar.
Sir.
In the commune from Bloombad, it said that the loot is in the cloister. Is that referring
Yes,
to the whole
so
complex?
I have been distinguishing them as the ruin or the ruined cloister, and then the monastery or the actual build cloister.
The intact one. So
The intact one, yeah.
so the priest is in the intact one, and also the loot, the remaining goods.
That is my understanding of how commune shook out. Obviously, Richard can clarify or refuse to clarify.
Reset. Ask the question one more time, and I can either clarify or refuse to clarify.
So the commune was, are there any hidden treasures located in either the ruin or the intact cloister? And then your answer was yes, and the cloister means in the intact cloister where the elder priest is.
Yes, the intact cloister. There's the ruin, the foundation, and the cloister. Progressing from east to west.
Edith is going to bring. Edith is going to bring detect snares and pits or detect magic, I think.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure fairy fire will be as useful if we're not going to the invisible guys right away. Do either of our cleric friends have detect snares and pits, or do they just have detect magic?
I have level 1 only spells. I
Okay.
can bring detect evil. Again.
I would say, yeah, for your cleric, I would think either a cure light wounds or something that Edith can't bring, because level 1 druid spells are kind of cringe. So she's gonna bring detect snares and pits, and you can bring real spells.
You want Dobby to bring a hold person or find traps?
Probably
strong
hold person, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty strong one. These are priests, right? These are like evil priests. Silence is another strong contender. It would, I believe, it would shut down all of their spell casting.
How about that? Yeah.
Is that a level 1?
Well, level 2, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if somebody can bring it, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's do
All
that.
right.
Man, that misconstruence is gonna be perfect. We
Yeah, I
gotta.
think that's a really good.
Yeah,
idea.
we really need to, as the principle of war goes, make contact with the smallest force possible. We need to sneak up on them somehow.
Yeah.
In fact, we should paint black paint across our faces before we go in and take our shirts off.
Perhaps we should.
Just a suggestion.
Perhaps we
Yeah,
should
yeah.
masquerade as those who wish to join their evil cult.
Would that be better than just kind of crashing in?
I wonder if they're recruiting.
Yeah.
Oh, such cults are always recruiting.
That's true. I mean, at the very least, they're always recruiting sacrifices.
Yeah.
I unless anybody else has anything, I think we should probably bring full force. I don't think we can really afford to leave any of our henchmen behind. This is this is going to be a tough battle. I think. I mean, depending on how strong the guys are, sleep might be a decent option if either Moore or
Moore does not.
Moore doesn't have
is
sleep. Okay.
unproven, and I'll be aiming
Okay.
for that.
I just learned
Okay.
Web, so I'm gonna bring one copy. Of
Webb I think would be really strong as well.
Have we been home for a week?
About 5 days.
Long enough to make a scroll?
Yeah, it's been long enough since you've made one. You can like count some previous weeks. What scroll do you want to make?
Sleep.
Yeah, you can do it.
I mean, if we can, if they're like 1 or 2 hit die, we could knock out half of them with a sleep. I think that'd be useful. All right. If no other planning needs to take place, besides, yeah, I think we're ready to disembark on the Myrmidon. Is the weather good enough to sail?
Yes.
You know why I know I have a good wife?
Because she.
You married her? And you
So
have good
many
taste?
reasons.
Yeah, I I realized last session I pulled out my claymore as part of some stupid theatrics that I ended up not doing, and then left it in the floor, and immediately, promptly that week had to go on a trip, and I realized I left this giant sword in the floor in a house with like chihuahuas and toddlers and stuff, and I look over in the corner and it's just there in its scabbard, and I'm pretty sure the toddler didn't put it there.
You should.
And the grown-ass man didn't put it in there. So that only leaves like one person.
It could have been the Chihuahuas.
Yeah, no, that Chihuahua would have taken it out
the
on the
Chihuahuas
town.
could
That's
pick
it.
up-
That's its style. Yeah.
Chihuahuas absolutely cannot be trusted with swords.
If
No.
the Chihuahua could pick up that sword, they would not put it safely away.
No.
Yeah. It would not be in a scabbard, it'd be in the chest of many
Please
enemies.
increase my power.
We were saved only by its stupidity. That's otherwise we would be doomed.
It's not a supervillain for lack of malice.
Uh,
Yeah, so let's disembark.
So just to reiterate, there's 3 constructs, like there's 3 sites built west to east, and the center one is where we were last week.
I thought there was 2 with a large helping of
Yeah, hang on a second. I'll draw the.
unsown vineyards.
Yeah, hang on a second. I'll sketch it real quick. I'm flailing around with documents. Imagine me like that. You know that cat from that one meme where it's just flailing around on the bed, just trying to find something under it? Imagine me doing that. Tess, post that meme for me.
I believe you said that meme in the chat before in response to a question I asked you.
It's a very useful. It's a
Not even sure if
broadly
I know the
useful
right
meme.
one.
I was imagining the one typing on a keyboard. Yeah.
That's
one-
I'm
a
actually not sure which one you're
awesome.
referring to because once I use the GIF function, there are numerous
oh, you
Yeah,
mean the
you're-
gift function?
being wacky on dead.
Kill that man.
Huh?
Get him.
Somebody chewy this man.
Okay.
Sorry, one more
Alright.
question for the group. Is there some reason for me not to bring web in both level 2 slots?
Not that I can
Uh,
think.
I think it'll be an immensely useful spell.
Okay, and then same with, yeah, actually that'll just be up to me. Yeah.
In a sense, it's kind of all up to you.
In a sense, yeah. But I was thinking about the level 3. It's either fly or lightning bolt, and
Here's the meme. I just bumped it.
Lightning Bolt has been incredibly clutch.
yeah, true. If I can get a good line.
Is there any for my character? Is my character strong enough to just pick up Magnus? Because like maybe I could just have like a written agreement. Because if he really wants to be able to fly away.
Uh,
You've got a strength of 14.
I think yeah. I don't think you can like use your psychic maniples to pick him up and move him around. But he is entirely capable of gripping you and holding on while you fly away.
All right. So if you need to escape in lieu of fly, if that'll get us more lightning.
It's like at the end of a GI Joe cartoon, and like Cobra Commander is hopping onto like the ladder that hangs down from a helicopter and being like, "Curse you, Joe," or whatever they say.
The rest
I've
of us
never watched
will be
GI
fine.
Joe.
I
I
don't
might be
use
thinking of
the
something
curfew, Joe.
completely.
Just grab it onto a rope and flying away. Except I'm the rope.
Except
Yeah.
the rope is a creature.
So, yeah, if in perhaps to get, I think we did that once before, didn't? No, I can't remember. I definitely flew around to try to map that purple worm cavern, but I haven't used it much in play recently, and we're going to be inside of a facility. And lightning bolt is, as you say, clutch.
I want to say you ferried some people around before as well.
I believe the kids say either goaded or fire or gas or pog these days.
All right. Is this map comprehensible to you guys? This thing I just sketched.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
This is where we
on the
were.
on the right side is the ruined monastery. On the left side is the elder priest monastery. These
Yes.
I believe are marsh grasses.
Yes.
And then
There's
this
some-
says ruin.
Yeah, ruined foundations.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. It's like
Okay,
a
so
big
there
open-
was a third one.
Yes.
It was like a big open area.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was like vineyards for some reason. I don't know.
It is
I'm
vineyards.
not very smart.
Like-
Okay.
Hey, so let me give you a better description. There's like an actual description of it that I can give you in a second. You've seen it from enough distance. So like the cloister clearly has like actual vineyards which have been built over and around the ruined foundations of what used to be another cloister. They're in awful shape. They are overgrown with briar and thistle, and there's big, mossy, ancient trees which grow all weird and have not been tended to. But there's a lot of wild grapes on the vines, but they don't look super appetizing. And obviously, this whole place is spooky as heck, and is the sort of place where you find treasure and also horrible monsters that want to kill you. So you've wisely not scampered over there to go start putting grapes in your mouth. So maybe the grapes give you superpowers. Maybe they're blessed. Maybe they're potions of healing. Maybe they're poisoned. Maybe they turn you into a goat. Maybe they turn you into a super goat that can fly. Who can know? The only way to find out is to get over there and start putting things in your mouth.
I was gonna say, don't start saying they'll transform you, because Ulfkill will be gobbling grapes before the day is young.
Maybe I'll
Matt-
get better luck this time.
Is that lucky?
A man of wealth
Eating
and grace.
strange tinctures, like maybe it'll be good this time.
Maybe something nice will happen. Why would
depends on the
anything
boat.
nice ever happen? Anyway,
It depends on the super coat.
true.
I think we're ready to disembark and sail towards our doom, or our victory.
So to be clear, the building that is more on the left of this sketched map is the one that we are targeting.
Yes.
Yes, that would be stage left.
Now, there is a pretty tall cliff that prevents you from just landing here and climbing up. But you can approach this. You have approached it, in fact, from the east. Sorry, no, from the west.
I think we also have from the east. I thought last
And also-
session we came in on like the east side of that. Or, yeah,
You've-
where you have drawn the S.
Yeah, you've come to approach it from the south, which is like on its east side.
Sure.
Oh, so the east side's also water. It's on like on
Yes.
the corner. Okay. Well, my thought was that we disembark at the dock, and then we can. I mean, we've cleared through the ruins up to this door, which leads across the fields as well. I'm open to ideas, though.
I think we should avoid that if we're trying to avoid the invisible creatures, because they lurk
Okay.
in that whole area. So
Great.
pretty much anywhere else. I would say the west for simplicity's sake.
Yeah, I mean, if we can find a good disembark spot to the south of it, and then come up from the south.
You can certainly like come up. What's the word?
Why would that
You
make
can, like-
more sense than just coming up from the west?
No, there's a big cliff here. Silly.
Well, there's a big cliff over here too. You just go past it.
Right, we just go,
No.
yeah, further.
Yeah.
Man, I was really trying to
Go
figure out
further
what
northwest.
cuff was.
Oh.
Hang on a second.
I wasn't gonna ask.
Ross, did you drink funny juice today? What's happening, man?
He's a funny guy.
You are a funny guy. Unexpected today.
Hey, that's great, but who are the chefs? That commercial.
Cliff.
So who is Cliff?
Is that the name of the elder priest?
I can start making you roll saving throws at any time. So, I assume that you guys are. I want to verify I know who is going with you. To my understanding, it's the whole gang. But I also know that Magnus would prefer
Yeah.
not to bring more of his dudes than necessary.
I am bringing only Monacan. Sorry about that.
That was my understanding. Was the only was you had declared a couple of weeks ago that you didn't want to bring anybody until you level up.
Do we need
Now-
left then?
The only reason I'm bringing Monacan is because I know his skills are really valuable, but
Right.
but yeah, it's sort of a price I'm paying.
Actually,
If we're
yeah, I'm actually willing to leave behind Belleric, but I leave it up to you all because the reason I say that is we actually have run into a point of diminishing returns on fighters.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm generally okay with Praderi bringing his retinue because I know that's part of like your I guess like your game fantasy. That's how you play the game or whatever. So that's cool. If Magnus is bringing Monacan, I think we can be okay leaving Layoff Stand. I think at the worst it'll sacrifice a little bit more time for Monacan to do all the things that you could have. More hands like makes less work. But so all of Praderi's guys, Edith and Monacan, and I think that's it.
Okay.
So that's Niesel, Pasling, Owanin, Edith, Monacan. I'm missing one of you guys, aren't I?
Okay. Miriam and Edith,
More.
they're both coming?
Not Miriam, just Edith.
All right, hiding her.
Dobby?
Okay, Valoric is not coming?
And Dobby.
Yep, Dobby.
All right, Dobby's coming, Edith is coming, Moore is coming, Pasling, Niesel, Yoan is coming. All right. I think I've arranged the retainers appropriately. Get the marching order all cleared up.
As we get kind of closer, Moore will go ahead and cast Mirror Image. And Dobby
Always
will
nice to get
go
that
ahead
done ahead of
and
time.
cast Detect Evil.
Okay, Valeric staying back. Miriam
Long
staying
goes
back.
detect spells.
Okay, Wolfstan staying back. Alrighty. So, thank you, by the way. I'd like to do a thing, which is a little, not actually a big deal, but might feel a little weird. I'd like to give each of you players ownership access to each player character, which will let you move each other's tokens, which will be convenient for you guys to assemble marching orders. Are you guys okay with that? Any objections? All right. I'm going to do that real quick. Should not be hard.
Ross, be funny again while we're waiting.
Yes, do.
Dance,
On the
monkey
spot.
man, dance. Yeah.
And he
Tell
did
us-
it.
Wait, I'm not the dungeon master tonight. It's that guy.
Tell us,
Yeah, he
more,
has to, he has to
like
do
math and
things.
tech stuff.
tell us more about your dog.
Oh man.
How many hit dice does your dog have?
Okay. Instead, I want to tell you about my toddler.
Okay,
Because
how many
she's
hit dice
great.
does your toddler have?
So we were outside and she was playing the naming game and she wanted to go outside and she's like, that's a red truck and that's a light and those lights are on and there are 3 lights and she just likes doing that. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's 3 lights. It's red, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, there's a car, there's a truck. She's like watching vehicles pass by. And I found out that while I've been gone, my wife must have I know what she's been doing because the toddler tattled on her because a car drove by that had Papa John's on the top, and she said, "It's the pizza car." And I discovered both that my wife's been ordering a lot of pizza, and my toddler probably thinks that's where all pizzas come from.
That's such a good story that, like, I love stories of people's kids like that. I used to know a guy who, like, obviously kids when they're little have all sorts of kidisms or whatever. So you have a kid that calls a sloth a slog, or
Oh yeah.
it says like whatever computer or whatever, instead of a computer.
Actually,
And
entertain yourselves a little bit longer. I have to go to the bathroom. I
okay.
want to make sure that I don't have to go in the middle of a fight.
And he was telling a story about how one of his kids, oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher this story and it's gonna be really embarrassing because it's not gonna be interesting, but one of his kids at one point in time had thought, well, there's the classic like all dogs are boys and all girls are cats, but I think he had this for other animals. So it was
Oh,
like
yeah,
all
totally.
lions were boys, but all tigers were cat or girls or whatever.
Yeah.
And he had this kid had in his mind the system of like every farm animal had a gender.
Oh, yeah.
Horses were girls, pigs were boys, and like he would just go through and he'd ask. They would be driving along, or they would be doing farmer speak and say or whatever. And he'd be like, "What's that? What's that one?" He goes, "That's a tiger. He's a girl." Or, like, it's a
I
girl.
love it. Yeah. Anastasia has a synesthesia, right, where she'll be like, red is mommy, purple is papa, and blue is daddy, and everything that she encounters, like we'll go on a step and there'll be a step that's off, and she's like, "That's the daddy step." It's weird.
Call out for romance
Yeah.
languages. It's like in Spanish, everything's got a gender.
Yeah,
It's gonna be.
I think it's just
it's gonna
that
be
that's
bad
like her
when,
world, right? Like she has papa
Yeah.
and mama and mommy and daddy, and right now that's like her entire world. Like, it's like, and to her it's huge. Like it's this huge world. Yeah. So
I love that stuff. I think it's so interesting because yeah, like you're saying, it's their whole world. When kids are really really young, like obvious, like it sounds obvious, but they don't know anything. They have to be taught pretty much everything.
Yeah, they don't know what they don't know, and like they don't have like a good sense of scale. Like my son's like starting to get to like bigger addition, subtraction, stuff like that.
Ooh.
Like not quite multiplication, division, but like he's starting to do like 3-digit numbers, minus 2-digit numbers, stuff like that. So he's starting to learn like, oh, it gets bigger. Everything gets
Yeah.
bigger, and I've like sit down and try to like tell him, like give him some context for scales and stuff like that, and it's not quite grasping it yet, but
Yeah.
it's fun watching him.
One of my 4-year-old's
Fight
favorite
with it.
questions is how Daddy, how high can you count?
yeah.
All of my kids have asked that at some point.
Yeah.
They want to know.
Yeah. She's like, Anastasia's like, I'm 2. She loves saying that all the time right now, and I'll be like, how old am I? And she's like, 5. And I'm like, so I'm like, how old is Papa? And she looks at her hands, and she can only go to 9, and she's like, 9. Papa's 9. 'Cause it's the biggest number.
I
One
don't
of my
got
church
any more.
members told a story about a couple months ago or whatever. His granddaughter, they were hanging out or whatever, and I think he was eating a sandwich or something, and or no, he had one of her stuffed animals, and she goes, "Grandpa, if you don't give me that stuffed animal back, you have to give me $100." It was like non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Good deal.
She's around 4 or 5, so it's
Oh,
great. We
man.
get also we have at our church. It's a pretty small church, but we have 2 families that each have 3 kids under like 5. So they're sisters, and then they have the oldest, the middle, and the youngest. And both their youngest are under a year old. And they have one. They each have one that's like 3, and then they each have one that's around 5. And just like they're so cute at that age. They say all sorts of fun stuff. And we had a hayride and bonfire, a church hayride, this last Saturday. And
Nice
one of
hayrides.
the they're so great. We love them. one of the little girls was making a s'more, and she goes to bite into it,
Ooh.
and the marshmallow just falls on like her face and on her arm or whatever.
Aw.
Yeah, and I was like, that is gonna be one sticky kid.
Yeah.
She got
Oh,
marshmallow
man.
all in her
Rest of the
hair.
night.
Oh yeah,
Thank you all for your patience with this matter.
yeah. We're just talking about kids.
Lovely.
You think of how long it's been since I was on a hayride. Good times.
Yeah, that's great.
We have one every year. We've got my church is all farmers and retired farmers and stuff, so they get the hay rack out and the tractor, and we drive around and we wave to people, and it's a lot of fun.
You do.
Great October sort of thing too.
Oh, yeah.
I submit that we should have a different color for druids as clerics, just because I want Edith to stand out.
What do we got here?
The only one that has a druid friend.
Maybe a little more orange than that. A little more Halloweeny.
That's what I was thinking. Make it spooky. Druid is a real spooky class.
Rocky
Famously
Road
spooky class. Richard, I thought the meme you put in the Discord was really funny. The King Arthur one.
Oh yeah, I was a fan of that one.
I thought that was funny.
Seemed especially topical. All right. So, what time of day do you set off?
We leave at the crack of noon.
Very
No, I guess
sensible.
as early as it's reasonable and safe, eh?
I imagine we'd
really
like
know.
try to set out early, and it's like, oh wait, we forgot this. Oh, I forgot this.
Oh, no.
Do this every week, and we still forget it.
All right,
Who got
because
the shovel?
because you guys were delayed. If you have if you forget something minor, you get a chance to scramble back and recover it later.
Nice. Score.
Yes, for once your tardiness rewards you. All right, you will arrive near your destination. Your journey over the river is not interrupted by random encounters. It can happen. I have a chart. I roll every time you go. You're good this time. Down the river you go, then north to where the river branches from the lake, and then you get to that intersection where to the northwest there's the lake, and to the east there is the overarching bridge, as well as the side passage which leads into the Great Cavern. Instead, you go to the northwest and you approach the cloister. How close do you want to get before you dismount?
As far as how close to the south of the ruined cloister, or no, sorry, we're approaching from the west, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess it probably is not unreasonable to ask everybody to hike about the length of a football field, 100 yards.
That's no problem at all.
That's a very short
Surely
distance
several
for
football
these
fields so that they
characters.
don't see our sail as far away.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, we're ready for. I'm good for miles.
All right. I mean, yeah. Whatever the group is comfortable with. I guess.
You pull ashore a couple miles away where there's a place where you can conceivably dock the Myrmidon long enough for you all to dismount on foot, and for the Myrmidon to then drift about back to the lake a safe distance where it won't be immediately beset upon by whatever horrid creatures wander these woods. Speaking of horrid creatures wandering the woods,
Actually, I'll stay here
Fine.
next to Magnus.
I'm not really clear which direction the marching order is even being oriented in.
Yeah,
ju-
what is front?
sorry, let me clarify that, but I usually assume that front is
Okay.
Run towards enemy.
yes.
Or Claymore.
Oh. Get out of there, Magnus. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Let's just drag them.
There you are.
I'm gonna get rid of Belleric, I think. Yeah, I think
Yeah, I think you did. Sorry about that.
I... Excuse me.
Oh, why
well,
there's
let
two
me-
fin
One of the
bars.
fin bars has got to go. Okay.
Are there double fin bars?
There
Yeah.
was for a second.
There's also
Okay,
double
so it looks like
Ediths.
over here is what we're talking.
Yeah, that explains a lot.
Yes. Kind of in the back, but also not at the back in case someone comes up behind.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
flipped them all out of
push
positions.
Owen in towards the middle.
Edith has a spear, so she's going to be behind.
Whoever on rear guard has been
I-
lucky.
Menachem can go behind me. I don't know if you want to, but you can.
Just think of rear guard.
Also, if we equip
Glorper had
spears,
some
we can
beams.
have 6 people in a single and 2 5-foot grids, since we're using 5 foot.
That is true.
Niesel has a spear or a pole arm.
All of the fighters have a spear because I bought you one.
Okay.
By the way, I'm going along with your suggestion, Richard, that I have some darts.
Unless there are no
Just to hit
spears,
them
of
for, like,
course.
a heavy thing.
Telekinetic darts.
Yes.
The
range of nothing.
So Onan can't use the spear. Moore can't use the spear. I'm willing for them to move back a little bit more so people can fill that gap.
So if we're like depicting that, that'll be like right here.
Yeah, nice little wedge. All right, I'm going to skip over to the cloister. One moment.
Should be behind Magnus. Because I'm slightly tankier.
I could have Pasling is a capable frontliner, but I could have her move the second rank with a spear. That would help, I think. So I'm just gonna shift over.
We have.
Okay,
the
what
read
time?
front rank right now. I don't-
Here's a fairly important question. What time of day do you want to make your final approach to the cloister?
That is a really good question.
Based on your departure time, the earliest you can arrive is early afternoon. You can also arrive late at night. You can wait until the early morning.
I mean, if if we get up to the intact structure in the early afternoon, I think we can be beating a heated retreat in the evening, depending on how long we spend in there.
Hoping to escape under the cover of darkness.
Yeah, and not fight a priest of the Elder God that has death fingers, under the cover of darkness, ideally.
Hopefully. Another possible approach would be to camp and then try to attack in like the pre-dawn, so that like, the sun's coming up as things are getting more interesting. But I don't think your idea is bad.
AJ, I'm not sure that Pasling needs to be in second rank, unless you want Owen up in first rank.
No, Owen is a low health hit point cleric.
That's what I thought.
We have enough magic weapons up in the vanguard and in the rear.
Looking at this, we could have every fighter in a 10-foot area. If
I'm unable to move like half squares, so I can't like stack them on top of each other. But
What happens if you
yeah.
hold, like Control or Alt while you're dragging?
Control. No. And nope. Alt is select all.
Okay, never mind.
But
hold Shift. you
yeah,
can move off grid.
I like the idea of like kind of compacting them a bit. We have a very wide column right now that we could narrow if needed.
Yeah, Shift does it. We could
Shift does it.
Yeah, I use that sometimes for the sort of the sort of off stance things.
Saving throw should be 13.
We could have like whatever Glorpert, Monarch, and Finbar, and then Perderi, Pasling, Oofkale. You know, like we have that as one line, and then there's 2 other fighters we could have as kind of tight ends, or maybe the actually Monarch ought to be on the end, in my opinion.
Well, that's why Pasling was in the
Yeah.
second rank, because Ulfkill's in first rank. Duh.
Do we have Leofston? He's still up to...
I
Nope,
thought he
we left him behind today.
Okay.
Making sure everyone's token actually has vision. Need to get that module that allows me to just set vision for everyone at the same time.
Yeah.
Y'all want Oofkill up front? He's got a spear, so he could be the second rank. So.
Well, who's that? Is that Dobby? Dobby can move back a bit, right?
Oh, you're looking at Edith there? Yeah, she can
Or
move back
Edith,
if we have plenty of people to fill ranks.
Yeah.
But Glorpert needs a wide range to swing around his big sword.
No, I can. I have a halberd, a spear, and a 2-handed sword, so I can be right up front
Okay.
if you prefer.
Isn't your two-handed sword your magic weapon though? Did you get another one?
Yeah, it's the magic weapon, so I suppose it depends on what we're trying to do. But I think I will be until if we're trying to move into an area. I admit to being I'm a better meat shield. My meat shieldiness has me at armor class 17. So and I have 18 hit points. So
You can take a hit.
Okay.
and
Just real quick.
I think that's correct. Make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Broderi is still sword and shield.
Okay, Edith and Magnus.
Broderi has a magical sword, right?
Yeah, he has the
No one
tomb
in-
sword from Minakin.
Okay.
If that's the case, if you got a sword, then I have to be in a separate grid. I'll be over here.
Okay.
Is that true with like a longsword?
So you can have, if it's a pokey thing, you can have 1 per 3 feet. If it's a stabby thing, you can have 1 per 5 feet. If it's a big, giant, swingy thing, you have to have a whole grid. So if everybody has swords and shields, then you can make like a phalanx. You can have, and you can even have a second row behind the phalanx and just have like a phalanx, I guess. Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, so you have the 3 people right here that are all kind of stacked together with spears.
Yeah, you could do that in the second rank too. That's right.
Okay.
Those are the pokey things, spears.
Yeah.
I assume you mean like daggers for the pokey things, spears for the stabby things, right?
No, I meant spears for the pokey things.
Okay.
Meaning, if it's only a halberd or a spear. But then if you have a halberd, you can't have a shield. So you lose 5% of your armor class.
Give or take.
So in this case, my thinking for me is I'm just going to try to be your meat shield for now. And then if this formation breaks down, then by all means, I'll drop that spear and pull out the two-hander and start fighting, you know.
As you approach the cloister, under the pearly sky, the sunlight filtered through overcast clouds until all detail and shape is peeled away from the sky above you and it becomes one white shining dome. You trudge up the slope from the east as the cliff face to your north plunges down deeper and deeper to the water below. The winding passage to the distant cloister draws you close. Allow me to give you a more vivid description. Let's see. The cloister has an outer wall which stretches 15 feet tall and is built around a central chapel which looks some 150 feet in depth by 80 feet in width. From the chapel, a broad space is enclosed, like a circle some 120 feet in radius. And what's within that outer wall you do not know. You have not yet been in a position to see. Now, you are able to make it very close to the cloister without any kind of trouble foisted upon you. And you get a good look at the structure ahead. Leering, grotesque statues squat in small niches around an iron-reinforced oaken portal. Even the metal bands that reinforce the wood are of strange shape. Sometimes, in the edges of your vision, they seem to wriggle and twist, but only when you are not looking. The door is a full 20 feet tall and 20 feet across. It is an enormous portal, set into heavy slate gray. To your north, the the dry and green land gives way to a swamplands far below. To the south, you can see the outer wall of the cloister that encompasses its inner terrain. What do you do?
At what time of day is it?
Thank you, I was just about to say. It is about 18 o'clock, which is to say 6 in the afternoon.
Are there any indications that people have come or gone on the ground? And does the cloister look, how should I say, not cloister-like? Is there something wrong about it? And then there's nobody here? No guards, no people?
There are no guards. The general vibe here is... No, this place does feel cloister-like.
Wow.
No, let me elaborate on that. Our boy Glorpert is a man with a lot of faith, and he has spent a lot of time in and around churches. And he knows that a church has most of the time, there's a certain air that they accumulate. Their architecture is intentionally shaped to provoke that sense of a sacred space, and a separate space from everyday life. He senses that same architecture here, but it is not the same vibe that he's used to at home. This place feels like it's welcoming him into something unwholesome. More like a secret club for some insidious vice than a shared communal celebration of, people and the light that flows from within them.
Okay.
Zolotin has also not, Zolotin has not seen this iconography before. This deity is not familiar to him.
No foot traffic.
There is some sign of foot traffic. Thank you for reminding me you asked that. Mostly there is a clear pathway, which I should have indicated a bit more specifically. One moment. But there's like kind of a gray path.
Does it lead to the other structure, or where does it go?
It leads down the hill that you came from.
To the river.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the weather like right now?
The weather is inoffensive but miserable. It is gray, overcast, cold, and blustery. It is It is autumn, and not the fun kind.
Drink.
It is a mean-spirited sort of fall.
So that blue above us, north of us, is the water, right?
Yes, there is
So
a
the
fairly...
water comes right up to the structure and abuts it?
There's actually a fairly steep cliff that starts like about here and plunges down about...
Well, so we were built on the cliff.
Yeah, so...
I believe the end of the wall is here, and then that's just a shadow cast.
3, 4, 5, 6... About 60 feet down.
Well, it looks like there's another wall right here.
Hang on.
That could be.
Yeah, there's...
a blockhouse.
If you move a little farther, Ack, you'll see that's just a shadow. Hang on a second. Monacan, reveal. Thank you,
Yeah,
Monacan.
that's what I thought. Whoa, careful there.
As you command.
I'm just gonna throw this guy around a minute. Help you get a sense of the outline. Now you can be confident that what you see is like the actual outline of the building from your direction, and not the nothing more abstruse.
So there's no window?
There are no windows. This place has miserable ventilation.
Are there knockers on either of the doors?
There are. Let me find a description of them real quick.
You guys think we should knock?
If
It would be the polite thing to do, right?
Well, we're not here to be polite. We're here to kill them. So
Politely.
therefore we should do the impolite thing.
Okay.
Bust down the doors.
Okay. The knockers are carved in the shape of fists. They're solid iron lumps that are on hinges. There's one on each door.
You guys... Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
They look like they were like cast in sand, maybe.
Finbar, I feel exposed here. I think we should move up to the doors. Let Monacan inspect, don't you?
I was just gonna say if Monacan wanted to do his work his magic, so to speak, not his literal
Just try to
magic.
Sneak on in.
Yes, it sounds like a good idea.
Make sure there's no
Approach.
traps.
Monacan does his inspection. I will roll in secret. As he approaches the door and carefully feels it over, examining cautiously for traps. He sees no sign of traps or mischief after a 10-minute inspection, but he is also determined that the door is barred from within, and breaching it could prove difficult.
Interesting. And nobody brought the battering ram, right? We left that.
Have a crowbar.
How many thieves we got?
You
Just
got
the
just the
one.
Monacan.
Just the Monacan. Doesn't he have like a 90% chance to climb sheer walls or something like that?
Oh yeah, it's way up there.
I was about to suggest what would be the. How do you feel about scaling it? Because we have some ways to do that.
It's only
I
about
am-
15 feet. You don't even need a thief to do this.
Oh wow.
I
Like
have a
the thief,
rope
the
and
thief can
grappling
just
hook.
go over it, and like the thief can go over it no problem, and he can just
We give him
lower
a
it.
boost.
Yeah.
I'll just peek up there.
Yeah, if he can go over the wall and unbar the door, that would be easier.
Oh, we have a literal flying person too. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do.
And
Well,
Put it-
person's sort of a strong word.
Excuse me?
Loosely.
he could like
Safety
he
and
could like put the
Alright.
rope up there and everything.
Listen,
Yeah,
you
just have it
established
up.
that we were doing the rude thing today, so I wanted to
Alright.
knock, but
All right. So you want to
to get you in the mindset, but go on.
you want to go over one of the walls? Is that correct?
Yes. Are they all about the same height? All around?
Yeah, they're all about 15 feet tall.
All right. I'll just kind of peek up over the gatehouse, I suppose. Just
Do the two of you want to go together, like for safety?
Just,
you and
I'll
the
just take a
friendship.
peek real quick. I'm just gonna poke my head up.
Okay. Well, I will give you a quick peek inside.
Courtyard.
Yes, and there is a interior courtyard with a lot of pretty miserable and scraggly trees.
Oh
What
man.
You see it. Make sure I got it on this right lined up.
they're miserable and scraggly.
Miserable and scraggly.
Damn.
Up out here, I guess. Sucks to
It's
be
not-
a tree.
It
It
does
is
not
rough out
appear
here.
to be patrolled.
All right. I guess I will just tie a rope to some rude like outcropping of the wall and just kind of have people scale the rope.
Yeah, what's the I know this is an intact structure, but what's the condition like? Is it breaking down in any way, or is it relatively well maintained?
It appears to be relatively well maintained. The stone is pretty. Looks like it was quarried from pretty deep in the earth. It's like granite stone, chunky, slow. It's sort of like more volcanic rock than sedimentary. I feel like this is like old stone, the solid sort. The wall is about 15 feet tall. It is craggy, not too difficult to climb for a thief, but it's kind of moot. Anyway, is everyone just going over?
If Zolatan says it's cool, I guess let's hop over.
All right.
Man, I don't see anything obviously bad. Can't
Right.
completely guarantee your safety, but
I trust you.
we're all brave.
Use my grappling hook if you need it.
Okay. You spend about 10 minutes hauling the whole gang over the wall. So,
These trees are both miserable and scraggly.
all right. So I want to make sure that one thing is clear here. This area to the north, this area I'm encompassing with a rectangle. I don't know how much of the rectangle you can see, but this is the very large chapel. This smaller area to the south is a small side building. So the difference between them is that this one to the north is like 40 feet tall, and this one to the south is like 20 feet tall. There's some flying buttresses involved.
And maybe we can find a way in.
Hope so.
You know, like from the top. Like, you know, like thieves and people here to kill people.
Yeah, Richard, what's the roof on this annex? Is it flat, or is it peaked, or is it domed? What are we looking at?
It is sloped, tilt pressed against the chapel proper.
Does it look like realistically able to climb sloped, or is it like steep sloped?
Realistically able to climb.
Okay, we might be able to go up top and do that, or we can go around. What do you guys think? Is there? You said there was no wind as far as we could see from the front. Can we see any from where we are now?
No.
This seems like a really ideal situation for Zolotin, because we got 3 dimensions here. We could find a way in, possibly, or maybe more importantly, find that there isn't a way in.
What is the roof made out of? Is it shingling or wood, or what are we looking at?
Think it'll support a person's weight?
Well, more I'm wondering if we can punch a hole through it.
It looks like it is mostly slate tile.
Okay. Slate is a relatively fragile stone, depending on how thin it is. We might be able to punch a hole through and come in from the top. We can, I mean, if
spikes.
I was gonna say, if we can punch a hole through and get some visual on some bad guys, that might be a good time to launch well.
It'd be very loud.
It would be loud, and it would be I'm not sure the lightning bolt necessarily has the range.
But it would be a cool entrance. Like slate falling
awesome
everywhere
entrance.
and we just descend from above. That would be... I mean...
How high is the roof, and is it a single story or like a double story tall room it is above?
So
There's-
in this
there's
area
definitely
here,
a
it's
stag-
about
go ahead.
20 feet tall. So
Okay.
like if you plummet to your plummet down to this, that's like a 2d6 points of damage.
Yeah, that
This area
is.
here, this is a 40-foot drop. That's like 4d6 points of damage. Which
So
is survivable, but
we can get to the roof, we can punch a hole. It's the getting everybody down safely that is troublesome, unless
Yes.
someone has feather
Right.
fall.
Right.
We could also retrieve that grappling hook and kind of fast rope down.
there's
Yeah,
a limit to
we're
how
doing
fast you
like
guys
the-
can fast rope. But
We're doing
like,
the
with just
Bravo
one
6
rope,
going
yeah, this-
dark.
I assume you guys have more than one rope on you.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
We're like
Actually,
I say
I
yes.
forgot to get
I
rope
would
in my
like to
game, so.
slither on up along like the wall and try to peek around the multiple levels of roof to try to see if any of those gables have windows.
Okay.
Ooh, gable, good word.
So again, there are no windows. And you may say,
Oh, anywhere. Wow.
Richard, isn't that really weird for any sort of medieval construction not to have windows, no source of natural light or ventilation? That's strange, isn't it? And I'd be like, yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah, at first I thought you meant just no windows at the first level.
No,
Yeah.
this is a windowless structure. This
Wow.
is built
Wow.
like a bunker.
Crazy. Well, first off, let's amble around the road. Have we examined this courtyard pretty well? And
No.
Sense
There
of
looks
shit.
like I say we come over here and see if there's anything immediately weird going on over there.
All right. Well, so you
That's
do
weird.
find- So this whole area is forested. Like there are a lot of trees here, mostly decorative, but some of them appear to be fruit trees. Although the fruit which they give doesn't look very appetizing. But the pond's quite nice. So this pond it's got water lilies floating on its calm surface. The water's clear. It's in the shade of some really ancient trees. Occasionally there are some little concentric ripples that break the surface as small frogs jump out to hunt prey. Mossy stepping stones lead from this. Some mossy stepping stones lead from the pool to this nearby structure, which I'm going to a door, which I'm going to point out to you. We have fun here. I love to play with little drawings. I have so much fun. Now, here's the main thing. On this pool, there's a lifelike, mossy statuette of a frog sitting on a large boulder, which is feeding the pond with a steady stream of water from within, a fountain. Its eyes are large gemstones with shiny green agate. Fancy and valuable.
Bad news, Chief Elfkill. There's a frog.
Oh,
Is that all Ulfkill has to say about that?
He needs to say no more. We all understand.
I wasn't there. I don't understand. Okay. Does the water look weird?
No. Water's clear. How close are you examining it?
Just cursory.
All right. From a cursory examination, it looks pretty inoffensive. The statuette is the most noteworthy part of it. If you wanted to, like, explore it more aggressively, you'd have to walk up to it and look straight into it.
Any volunteers?
I will
We
poke
toss a
around.
stone.
Stone toss it.
You can toss a stone. Who wishes to yeet?
Kerplunk.
All right.
Praderi will
Praderi yeets a stone,
toss
and it
it.
does indeed go kerplunk. A frog leaps out of its path, and in its enthusiasm, lightly ricochets off the coast of the pond before vanishing back into the depths.
How big a frog?
Like normal
Like
size
small-
or big scary?
Normal
frog?
normal size.
How fat is the frog?
Pretty
Does
fat.
it look well fed?
Yes.
Hmm.
In fact, it's definitely the most healthy thing you've seen in this entire ecosystem so far.
Oh, hold on. Just, I believe we were warned not to touch specific things. There are some specific things here which are extremely perilous to touch. Beware meddling with statues, shrines, and idols of the eldest god. We're gonna skip this one.
Yeah, isn't there a plan to kind of strike the head of this
Yep.
thing and
Yep.
then, like, once it's all shattered, come in and scour it from there?
Yep.
Do we have detect evil or something?
Yes, there is a detect
yeah.
evil going on.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Yes, there's yeah.
Those eyes are evil as hell. Oh man!
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh,
the
howdy.
frog or the statue? I assume you mean the statue.
The statue. The frog. I mean, the frog.
Frog.
All frogs are kind of malicious, but
That's
this
true.
was standard background frog radiation.
what's
Where's the frog looking?
The statue or the real frog?
The evil one.
The
Statue.
statue. Oh, the statue. It's just sort of. Man, it's a frog. It's looking in two different directions.
But does it look like it is oriented towards a specific object, like a door or
No.
anything? Okay.
No, there doesn't appear to be any salience to its perspective.
Does it look like it is easy to navigate around without walking in front of it?
Yes. I mean, it's sort of just facing into the pond in a generic way. Like, so if you don't wade into the pond, you're not going to walk right in front of it. At least not without the pond being between you and it.
Okay. Yeah, he will share the information. That
Ross,
thing
I'm sorry I
is
made you laugh too hard.
the thing is incredibly cursed. We should avoid it and not walk before it and move on quickly.
Okay.
Yes, as you can see, there is a door here. You can also see a door up here. What looks like a passageway up here. And that's it.
I think, and of course I'm open to other ideas. But I think we just take this bad boy head on. I think we go through the main door into the chapel. We can look in the annex later. I mean, we're heroes, right, guys?
Yeah, behold, evildoers, we are here. Let's kick the door open.
Everything
This
Seems
in
door?
like less
my-
trouble and honestly
Can I
less
tell you about the
noise than
light?
coming in through the top.
Yeah.
This back door here?
Oh, they'll hate that.
Yes.
What were you saying, Magnus?
I was gonna say everything in my explorer's brain goes against that, but
Yeah.
Well, we're not exploring today. We're killing today.
Well, yeah, but there is another room that's.
We gotta cover our
Side one
flanks.
to the south first.
Yeah.
That's. I'm only gonna say it once. I'm not gonna push for it hard, but that's.
I don't see any
Those are-
harm in it,
those are
right,
in my
guys?
Okay.
Is there
Well,
a reason why we can see through this door?
Which door? You can see through it?
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a little bit of. Oh, I can barely see. I didn't even realize I could see.
cannot.
I mean, like,
I do not.
I see. It's fog of war now, but I can see the room inside for some reason.
I have
we-
no idea what happened there. Maybe I accidentally clipped you through it? Don't worry
Oh
about
well.
it.
So, I mean,
I'm not worried about it.
The thing that Father Chris is saying about exploring, I think the thing is, for whatever it's worth, we're in an open danger area right now.
Yes.
So, like, if we want to do that, we could go in there, and we just need to not lose track of this and get the door closed
I'm
behind
just talking
us.
about, yeah, I'm just talking about that one room. I mean, just it's there. Maybe it has some.
It could have
maybe
people
there's
in
some
it.
black robes we can wear.
Yeah.
I think
It would be nice.
Where? Which one?
This the room that we're in front of now.
this
room
one here.
no.
I think that is a principle which works really well when you're doing a dungeon crawl. We know where the danger is.
We know where
I'm not gonna-
where a specific entity is. We don't
Yeah.
know where everyone else is.
Yeah, I'm not pushing
We
for
need.
it, but
Yeah.
if we're going to use, I did come loaded with misconstruence, and that's not a combat spell.
So
if
so
we hope
you're
to get any
thinking
utility out of it-
you're hoping that this is a lesser, like a sacristy or a side building or something. Is that the thought? And then the idea is it must connect. If any kind of church, you're not going to have an outbuilding that doesn't connect to a bigger building because it's not going to.
unless
right.
it's a latrine or something.
Yeah, even a latrine might be useful. Actually, it'd be incredibly useful because that would give us. This is going to sound really gross,
Give us
but
a lot of information.
a fallback position. That was grosser actually. You went up me on that one, but that's not wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I vote for this door too.
I think that's a persuasive enough argument. I think we should check it for traps and then open that door.
Alrighty. I will roll. Monacan approaches the door.
Yes.
Alrighty.
He's good at that.
It is not trapped. It is locked. He can unlock it if you wish.
He will attempt it.
Alright. He unlocks it. There's a subtle click, heard only by him, as he settles the mechanism into place and steps back a bit, happy to yield the front line to another.
Easy as.
He's like a East Londoner. It's a chav.
Absolutely.
He loves Man U.
Alright. Who is opening the door?
Niesel will step forward and open it.
Alright. Niesel opens the door. Alright, let me see what you guys can see. Yes, this is all good. All well and good and proper. Roll initiative immediately, gentlemen.
Oh.
Gross.
And while you're rolling initiative, I will explain what you see.
I rolled a 1. Is that good?
It's not that good. But all is not yet. All is, I'm afraid that
Now it's lost.
not-
Now it is.
All is lost.
yeah, it's bad.
It's over. It's over, boys.
So I'm gonna have to give this room a little bit of description. Bear with me here. Okay.
Bear with us.
Where?
You have barged into a bedroom. It hints at a level of luxury. The floors are covered with rich carpet, and there are precious tapestries hanging on the walls. There is a small reading stand. A brazier filled with hot coals stands by the north wall, next to 2 bookshelves full of folios, codices, and scroll cases. A lantern with colorful glass pane sheds a soft light on the scene. Within, there is an honor guard immediately in front of the door of what is clearly no longer living creatures. Human men, once, now reanimated bodies. Their flesh twisted by and decayed by long burial in the bog to form sort of bog mummies. And despite that, they are clad in what looks like priestly raiments in a dull green. Behind them is a corpulently fat man who requires special description.
Oh no.
He
Just
is
so you know, I knew you were going to say corpulent.
Oh, good. He is a grossly obese and graying man with a tonsure, an unnaturally wide smile, and big bulging eyes. He seems pleased to see you as he sets aside his book and immediately takes up a uncanny and gleaming weapon, which looks like a heavy cudgel ending in where the actual impact point vaguely reminds you of the heel of a frog. He does not move to attack. Instead, for his movement, he rushes away.
You have
Oh,
movement
no.
speed penalties because he's so corpulent.
Uh,
Or is he
Mildly.
naturally dexterous?
Follow the sound of heavy breathing.
yes, heavy breathing and wet slapping feet. He moves
He's a
in
mouth breather.
He moves in great heavy bounding. He moves with great heavy bounding strides, as though he weighs much less than he should.
It's him.
Unholy energies power this fat man's footsteps. My headcanon is he looks like Peter Griffin, by the way.
Uh,
My headcanon is that he's the Rakshasa in disguise.
we'll find out shortly.
It's actually Turlin.
Is that,
It's crazy.
that's just how Magnus approaches every new person.
Every person he
it
wants
would
to
be
kill.
wise. It would be wise.
The corpses, the reanimated bog bodies, plug up the gate and attack Glorpert and Finbar respectively.
I'd like to see them try.
Well, they do so.
Shell.
One misses. The other hits. Glorpert is struck for 8 points of damage.
Damn.
As
Oh my gosh, it's Doom Guy.
okay, here I imagine I'm trying to think of how best to describe this. So it closes into him, physically lifts him up, and crashes him back against Niesel behind him with such aggression that Niesel's weapon injures Glorport from behind.
Wow.
Folks, that is half my hit points.
Up out of here. Try not to get hit like that again. Does anybody have any?
You had 18, not 16.
Yes, it's fuzzy math, but I feel
No, okay, yeah, I
I'm
get you.
okay with a little hyperbole there to note that.
I think that's fair. He hits you like a truck.
Do you guys think
Roll-
we can turn these guys?
Probably.
If they're undead, it's worth a shot.
They don't look very living to me.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. I apologize. I should have asked if anyone wanted to cast spells. I didn't. You can now do so. You can do so now, with extra flexibility on account of me forgetting.
Dobby tries to turn him.
Alrighty. Now,
Uh,
important question: does Dobby have that magical cross?
I hope so.
he did.
Oh, the Silver Cross.
Yes,
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
he did. Right?
Yeah, I remember they gave it to him.
Yes. Cool and good. So remember that grants you a +2 bonus to his turning check.
Do any of these people look alive?
Not even a little.
I have no idea. Onan will cast his second spell, which is protection from evil.
Okay. Alrighty. Those of you who are in melee combat may now attack, or step back, as the case may be.
Magnus, were you casting a spell?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I'm not sure
No.
you need to.
It kind of feels like
I cast Horn of Valhalla.
Really?
A toot
Really?
toot. Yeah,
Okay.
they'll chase stuff around.
That's true.
Are these single hit die monsters?
No,
I
unfortunately.
did not think
Dang.
that they would be.
Dang it.
Does 13 hit?
Yeah, their AC is only
Okay.
11.
6 damage
All right.
on the one right in front of me here.
All right. This guy, he is 2/3 dead.
I thought he was all dead.
Well, he's
Are we doing-
2/3. He's 2/3 holding still.
Are we doing missile weapons?
So you really should not use missile weapons in this context because you are basically fighting through a door.
Okay.
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 Hey, Richard, what's this over here?
That is going to be one of the berserkers. If you
Oh,
hover,
okay.
yeah, hovered by. Hang on a second, always for everyone. There we go.
Hey, who's that guy? Wait,
Yeah.
I was like, I was getting really worried.
Yeah, don't worry, they're on your side, or they will be when they appear at the end of the round.
So, okay. Sorry, I'm just like going. I've been. The reason I've been quiet is I've been trying to set up my
companion sheets in.
Oh, right. And of
This-
course, yeah, Ulfkel, Hasling, and Niesel may attack with their spears.
Okay.
Okay. What happened to my like
Your token?
no the little panel that pops up where your weapons are?
Yeah,
It
I
just
was trying to figure that out
disappeared.
too.
If you click on your character token again, it should appear. He's right over here.
Yeah,
I
if you
gotcha.
click off and click on him again.
Okay.
So, all right.
Good hit.
Good hit.
You going for the one that's already been weakened or the one on the bottom?
The weakened one.
All right.
The weakened warrior, if you will.
Why?
I got it.
All right. How do I actually do the attack with this little panel?
You've done
Oh.
it like 4 times.
Oh, I'm sorry. Only the first one.
I'm gonna delete all the extras. 1 second.
Yeah. I didn't realize that was me rolling. Okay. So yeah, the first Tomb Sword one. Ugh. And
All right,
then
Hang on a second. So first, Ulfkel roll damage.
Okay.
You should be
Can you
able to-
click?
Yeah, I can click it for you, but you just click that 1d6 plus 2 plus 0.
Yeah, it
and
says
it'll roll for it.
damage. You click that
Alright,
little box.
That drops the North Zombie, so this guy gets dropped to 0, and I'm just going to sort of nudge him to the side because he has been destroyed and he's out of the way.
Get wrecked, jabroni.
He is indeed wrecked jabroni.
That's my favorite kind of sausage.
Okay, and then that. Why are there so many Tomb Sword rolls? Yeah, that first Tomb Sword did not hit with a 5.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Okay.
it's actually the math in there is wrong. It's actually 6, but yeah.
No, you rolled a
okay.
3, and then you had. Oh, okay. We'll fix the, we'll fix the math later.
Yeah, yeah. So the second rank can attack, yeah, or
Yes, so that would be. Ulfkill has rolled. Glorpert can also roll.
it's a Pasling.
I cast the Horn of
He's
Valhalla.
Oh, right, you're tooting. Right.
There we go. Niesel.
All right, there you go.
Pop off, queen. Is he still a dude?
Niesel's yes.
Pop off,
Pasling and
king.
more are women.
Ladies.
Murder ladies.
Yes.
So,
Alrighty.
So it's 5 damage from Niesel.
I'm gonna roll a quick stab for Monacan with his spear. He rolls a hit.
Oh,
Does
wait.
4 damage.
What a Chad.
What are you gonna say, Magnus?
Monacan has a spear?
Yeah, doesn't he?
Glorpert bought
Yes.
spears for everybody.
Yeah, every
What is
fighter.
his
Oh, go ahead.
What is Monacan's usual stabbing implement?
He did
Well,
have the
he's-
tomb sword.
He
Oh, he had.
Well, he hold on.
He now has an anti-mage dagger, which we found.
Yes.
That is true.
It's marked as in storage in the sheet, but it should
I
be.
will correct that.
Yeah, he has a bastard sword,
Oh.
normally, and
Language, please.
a dagger and a longbow.
Alright. Well, he rolled 4 damage on a 1d6 after rolling a raw 18 on the die, which I assume is enough to take this thing down with more or less whatever weapon he's throwing at it.
I mean, he can use a spear if you want him
Yeah.
in the second rank. That's perfectly fine.
Whichever works. Important thing is he drops this thing.
Yeah.
Ba-ba. Okay, but by next turn, let's figure out what he's actually wielding. Okay. So, spells are now going off. First, roll 2d6 to see how many berserkers you get.
2d6.
Dobby?
2d6 is, I believe, what it is. Let me
Oops, sorry.
verify that.
That's my mistake. I rolled 1,000 d1s or something.
That was 7d2, which is
sorry, it's
almost
2d4. I was completely wrong.
Okay.
Bummer.
7d2 is almost what you
it's okay. That's okay.
6 of them.
Yeah,
That's
6 is pretty good.
it's pretty
This
good.
is really good. We've gotten like 2 the last few times it was blown, I feel
What is Heretic doing here?
like.
Is Heretic logged in?
He's always here.
He's always watching.
I think someone's logged.
Ross is using Heretic for some reason. I don't know
Oh
why I
yeah,
said
you can just
he
log
was.
in as whoever. Okay, the area in front of you is abruptly filled with. Let's toss the guys over here. here. Is abruptly
Beefy
filled
men.
with berserkers.
Big
All right.
sweaty men.
Yoanin is
Not that genre.
protected from evil, as I recall. What other spells
Yes,
were going on?
Owen was casting protection from evil, so now Owen has detect evil and protection from evil.
Okay.
Dobby is turning.
Regenerating.
Whatever. You know what it is. Well, I'll trust you to keep track of it yourself.
Yep.
Wait, no, this is good. Here we are.
Oh, holy shield.
That's cool.
It'd be better if it didn't have any holes in it, but I'll still take it.
I think this one literally does have holes in it.
It does, yes.
No,
Alright.
Perderi has that one.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Anyway, turning.
After that nonsense is done, yes, roll a turning check, my dear sir.
It disappeared. Sorry. Okay.
No worries. One more d10. 13, and then plus 2, so that's a 15. And how does that work again?
Oh, there's a table.
Yes, there is. And he, what level? What kind of cleric is he again?
4th level.
Ooh, nice. Okay, this extremely works. So first, roll 1d6, and they all take that much damage.
And that's
Fair.
a property of the holy symbol, right?
Yes, of the magical holy symbol. Let me verify that. Yes. So they are all seared by the light.
Nice.
Power before Zakarum.
Is this Diablo now?
Yeah.
Their unholy flesh boils away, exposing the skulls. And then the berserkers commence their berserking on the next turn. Let's roll initiative.
All right, guys, I got it this time. Promise.
You do.
Eh?
You got. All right.
Hey.
First, does anyone wish to cast spells?
I don't think we need
No.
Yeah, I think the berserkers pretty much have this. Also,
Let
like,
them do their thing.
I
yeah, kind of like to charge in there, but
Yeah,
there's
me
not
too.
enough room.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I think we should use the initiative in the broader sense of the term to move in and kill and use these
Yeah.
berserkers while we can.
Alrighty. So, the berserkers are happy to take the first swing, if you wish.
By all means.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Can the berserkers like push them so we can get past and go chase that fat guy?
No, they're just gonna kill them.
Oh,
Handful of dice.
Yeah, they just do a bunch
No,
of
they're
violence
gonna
instead.
60-20.
Bunch of
these guys
violence to it. Pretty
Okay,
good
so
comedic
that's-
timing there.
Okay, so 2d8 in the north one.
Respectfully, and
Yeah,
I mean this in the best way possible, 60-20.
Yes. Okay, the berserkers tear them to shreds. So the zombie problem is dealt
Forever.
with. They're gone. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just it's not your problem. It's fine. They're handling it. It's handled.
I would like
Okay.
to race past them and try to take down that fat guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fat bastard.
Wait, so, okay, just to be clear, I don't think we should break lines, but I do think we should move at an expedited pace.
Agreed.
I think
Well, you're the
maintaining line,
caller.
because
My plan was totally to break formation and rush the fuck in.
our count is 14, including the Elder Priest, and we've taken out 4. So that leaves us at Elder Priest plus 9 additional denizens of evil.
And we
And
know
we're
Elder
also-
Priest can Finger of Death.
Correct.
We also don't know if these zombies count as like enemies per se. Or if
That's
they're,
a
like,
good
fools.
point. I'm assuming that the light has shown us the truth in that way.
Let's
All right.
move.
To stay in formation, let's move.
All
Let's
right.
move.
You push in. What's the slowest rate of movement among you?
I believe Dobby at 6 or Dobby at 9. I can't remember.
That's more than.
Dobby's at 9.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can all get in here. No problem. So I'm gonna just move you guys up. So I'll be able to see you.
Moving
Okay.
on up to the east side. to that. Like a in the sky.
Oh, yay!
You guys like the
I'll just move myself if it's okay.
Jeffersons?
That's fine.
This might be. I don't mean to influence our wizarding friend, but this might be a good candidate for lightning bolt.
I was definitely thinking that.
Oh boy, are both doors open? Yeah, because you just ran through.
Actually, no. This is a really important question I have to ask Father Chris right now. My eyes are looking directly at the camera and to you, Father Chris. Do you want to move to have line of sight to your target?
Yes.
Okay.
That is an important sounding question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Niesel and Pazling and Owenin will all focus on
Yeah.
him.
Is there enough ceiling height in here for me to kind of float above to
Yeah.
pack in more characters?
Yes, you
I'm
can.
sure this won't be an issue. with
However,
the
this
enemy's
door is
melee.
only about 8 feet tall. So if you go too high up, you're not going to be able to effectively engage. You can, however,
Richard,
move...
follow-up important question.
Uh-huh.
How quickly can Edith ditch her cloak and throw it at Father Chris? How quickly can she put it around Magnus?
Cloak protection.
She has a
Oh.
cloak of protection +2.
If she spends her action doing that, like this turn, instead of attacking, she can just do it. Like she can do that as her action this turn.
I think that's probably what she's going to go for.
Alrighty.
So that would give him an additional +2 to his saving throw, or I guess a -2 to his saving throw.
Alrighty. So you move up and come to close range with another rank of bog bodies operating as the lane action. Ahead of you, you can see quite a bit. Here's what you see. These acolytes appear to be very strong men, but just men, wearing green hooded robes that partially conceal their faces, and heavy studded clubs. They don't appear to be armored. This man, you've seen him. These guys are also are carrying heavy flails and wear more elaborate robes that completely conceal their faces. This is an ogre. It is a 9 foot tallish humanoid with beady little eyes about the size of the tip of your pinky finger and jaws that could swallow a prize pumpkin whole. It regards you with the idiot malice of a small child contemplating how many legs this insect has and how many fewer it'll have in a minute. So this is what you have bumbled into.
If you guys choose the right spells and actions now, we can win.
That is true. Do you want to close to melee with these guys right now, or do you want to stand off and wait for them to come to you through the door frame? Question is, do you want to be 2v4ing them, or wait for them to 2v4 you?
Would it be possible to shove one of them aside to open a passage? I'm trying to think of the
Yes,
berserkers.
you can
because
attempt
I don't want
to
the
do that
berserkers
as
stuck
a
in the rear.
grapple check.
Okay.
Here's how that
I
will
could-
work. They'll roll. You make an attack roll. If you hit, then you roll your hit dice in d6 versus their hit dice in d6. If you get more, you shove them to the side and push right past them. If they get more, they drop you prone and they are on top of you.
Okay.
They don't actually damage you either way, but you will be dropped prone.
For clarity, my intent is just to create an opening so the berserkers can just charge right in.
Sounds good. All right.
Can
So-
we declare spells, or is that not yet?
You're spending this round in too much motion to be declaring spells. Spells will kick off at the start of next turn. Does that change your desire to be where you are right now?
I mean,
But he can't
They can't
move
cast-
and declare a spell next turn.
Yeah, they can't cast spells yet on you right now either. But the question is, you'll start next turn, you'll roll initiative, and then you'll declare spells. Or rather, you'll start next turn, you'll declare spells, and then you'll roll initiative.
Yeah, okay. Everybody
Uh,
moved. Yeah, so no spells.
yeah, we declared. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. For Derry,
Mhm.
make your attack if you wish to try and shove these guys out. If you want to try and force a space for the berserkers.
I will. I'm just gonna use a normal weapon attack.
I'm actually going to get in the second rank. If Kel, I don't know if you can.
Niesel can can swap out with you. That's
So
fine.
Okay.
that'll
There you go.
hit, and then I roll for hit die
Yeah.
in D6.
Yes.
Which should be 5, right? Are you level 5 yet?
4. I am like
Oh.
150 XP away.
Oh,
You,
okay.
you shove open a path.
Quick draw
Okay.
map.
Okay. So that was his focus. Yeah, Owanin and Niesel and Pazling are focused on protecting Magnus. Moore is... I was going to have Moore try to charm person, but if we can't cast spells, then she's just where she is.
Okay. Does anyone want to make attacks against the... Does anyone else want to make attacks against the zombies? Or do we want to move on to the next turn?
If we have space and won't hit Perderi, I mean, fire missiles as much as I can, beyond them.
There
We've
is a
all
risk
moved
of
this
hitting-
turn.
There is a risk...
go
You
for
can't do that, right?
Yeah, you can attack in melee, but you cannot... you don't have the stability for missiles.
And
there's
if
a
I'm in
path-
melee, then I can't cast spells next turn, right?
Well, are they in melee? They're further back. Right?
we
they're not...
can move up a little bit. Is
I accept the risk of being hit either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're more likely to hit the zombies than the guys way in the back. But you're also much more likely to hit the zombies than to hit Perderi.
Yeah, I accept the risk. I have high AC.
Okay. Well, then I guess we can move on to the next initiative order then.
Okay.
Right, we move
Now.
so we can't cast, we can't
Yes.
throw missiles.
Right.
Alright,
Now.
let's move on.
It's going to be the start of turn 3. Do you wish to declare any spells?
Yes. Lightning
Okay.
bolt. Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
Confusion.
Oh. Oh.
Charm person.
Alrighty.
Phantasmal
Silence.
force.
A comedic amount of violence starts getting. Just everyone going. Boop, 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 boop.
Fine, that's
Stratum's getting ready to throw out.
Information attack. Am I
500 kg inbound.
Correct. Now,
Yeah.
it's time for initiative. Let's see who gets their strats off first.
Respectively, up, down, left,
Uh-oh.
left, right. Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
oh my gosh!
Amazing.
That's
Incredible.
the
Oh,
most.
man.
That's the most clutch thing I'm gonna do all day.
Oh, if you
Everyone
have
is
a-
going to be moving so fast.
if you
All
have
right.
Roll high.
If you have a gambling addiction,
This is the adrenaline is pumping. Even Fat Man's moving.
All right.
True.
So, first off, we've declared spells. Everyone's declared the spells that we're going to cast. We're good. Next, movement. So, Perderi is a little bogged down with all these zombies, but a swarm of berserkers is going to pour through the hole, which he has just made, and impact the front line of the enemy vanguard.
Oh yeah.
A couple of them get stuck into the what's the word I'm looking for? The zombies.
zombie quagmire.
Yes.
Yeah, we got
I'm
Peter
sorry.
Griffin and Quagmire.
Oh, God.
I've described
God.
I've described the spectral berserkers enough times. Stained glass, yada yada. It's majestic to look at. Let me give you a bit more information about this room you've just barged in, that you're watching them barge in on. So it'll be of some relevance to you. Okay. This is a large interior space. It is shaped like a chapel. This is an altar. This is a... You can't see that yet, actually. None of you can see that yet, so don't worry about that. But this is a big altar. And this whole area is lit with a pale greenish light. These guys are all... what are they spinning up? These guys are all preparing to beat the bejesus out of you. This guy is also casting a spell as quickly as he can. The ogre is moving in, is wading into melee with these guys.
I don't think. I apologize, but we were talking about attacks, but with this opening, I don't think we did any moves, right?
That's true. Hang on.
I'm sorry, and the reason I say is I think it's worth it to risk Glorpert's life to have no more combat power in there. I'm thinking about the team right now.
Okay.
I agree.
Corporate wants to get in there?
Oh, thanks.
Finbar wants to get in there too.
All right.
That's true, though. Yeah. Oh, I can't see you now. Oh, wait. I can see. I just couldn't see from Bloombad. That's what it is. I can see.
Okay.
Deselect.
Yeah, we need everything we can get in here. If Glorpert...
Yep.
All right.
If there's space,
If some
here, I
of you
can
may
look-
die...
Okay.
Just make sure I don't come back as one of them.
That's true.
All right. All your
Yeah.
guys, look at your tokens. Think about who you're in charge of. Are they where you want them to be? And if not,
Or so. All right. Owanin is protecting Magnus. Pasling and Niesel are also protecting Magnus. Is that where Edith is going to be?
Edith is going to just get out of the way.
I'm going to see how
Okay.
far I can move, because that's a great question. I don't see anything that could keep me from moving right up next to Chunky Boy here. I can move 45
There's gonna be
feet.
some AoE
A
very
lightning
soon.
bolt.
There's going to be some AoE very soon.
there is the metaphorical big red line going straight up right over there. You might give
Well-
it a little space.
Let's see. If I go here and then turn left, that's 30 feet and then 40 feet. I'm pretty sure I can just run in here and turn to the left and make it over here. This would be here. Sorry, I think we're at a point where all these little micro decisions matter a little bit.
That is
I'll be right up next to you, Glorpert.
So
Keep in
I'm
mind that in the past, when people are right on the edge of an AoE, there's been a roll to whether or not they get hit by it.
does that happen?
My usual modus operandi is that if you are in melee combat with someone who is hit with like a lightning bolt or a fireball,
Whoops,
you roll
I
a
meant
saving
to.
throw, and if you succeed, you don't get touched, and if you fail, you are damaged as though you succeeded on a saving throw against it.
Okay.
Well-
I think that's a reasonable rule.
More
Um,
damage.
I think if we fight this guy, it shouldn't get hit by the AoE though.
Yeah, that's my goal, is to get over to. Hey, is this a pillar?
That is a
Yes.
big killer.
I definitely I get behind that right
Big
now. Then.
stone, it is a big stone column with a frog motif. And now, actually, you guys are in a position to look right at this thing. So this is a tremendous, awful frog.
Oh no.
Yes, it is bloated. Its eyes are pointing in subtle directions. It feels profoundly unwholesome. You don't feel comfortable looking at it or being near it, and frankly, holding its image in your thoughts feels slightly dangerous, like trying to hold a hot coal in a rapidly drying off damp hand.
Oh man, Dobby, help us when you can.
He would
On
declare
either-
turning.
On either side of this on either side of this altar, there are candelabras, burning with green light. A natural green flame. All right, Dobby is getting into turning position.
Yes.
All
See,
right,
they like their copper.
all right.
Trying to think. Yeah, hang on. I've just got to verify the range of.
Finbar's gonna be right up with Glorpert. If we're charging, I'm in.
My
Okay.
plan is to. Well, it depends on what happens. If they ignore us, I'm gonna focus on the spellcaster. If we end up fighting, well, I mean the guys over here on the left, you know. But if they end up fighting, well,
I mean, worst comes to worst, you and I distract an ogre, right?
Yep.
Like,
that's pretty worse. Yeah,
that's
pretty
pretty
bad.
bad, but
it still only counts as one.
Okay,
I was trying to get Ulfkill up deeper in there, but I can't move him any further.
hang on a minute. Where is that guy?
With the berserker.
Oh, yeah.
that-
He got stuck under one of the berserkers.
it's about to
There
be
you
like a
go.
Civ 6 theological combat in
Yeah, I don't think Praderi couldn't move without getting attacked, right? So he'll just stay where he is. And
Perderi
help
is locked in
move up.
combat with the
Yeah.
Zambumbos. Alrighty. Now, you guys have moved. You took the initiative. Now they are going to move. First, this ogre barges up out here.
I can't see over there. Hang on. I can click on Elf
here.
Kill.
If you click off, you should be able to see all of
Yeah,
our...
you should all be able to see through all of your characters. Next, the abbot
Uh,
continues to cast.
Click and
stepping
drag
back
in
slightly.
unoccupied space.
Stepping back slightly. This underpriest moves up on Finbar.
I'd like to
This
see him
oth-
try.
This other underpriest moves up on Glorpert, a baleful energy whirling around the head of his flail. This underpriest slashes, takes out a ritual knife, and spills his own blood onto the altar.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Okay.
I'd rather he didn't.
This acolyte moves in, locks in with Ulfkel. This acolyte moves in here, and these guys 1v1 with the berserkers. Okay. You guys have the initiative. So you guys get to make your melee attacks first. I'm gonna do the berserkers because I control all of them and I can do it real fast. So,
I'm guessing this ogre's not a one-hit die creature.
no.
Okay.
Come on.
Not used to minion rolls.
Why is this thing not hit? Okay, whatever. Okay, there we go. No, wait. 28.
I did not hit him.
Alright, this guy takes 4 damage. This guy makes an attack. He hits. That 1d8 does not work. This guy takes 3.
Movement and missile fire are concurrent, so can we fire missiles?
Did anyone not move?
Oh wait, I moved. One of my.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay, the berserkers. Let's see. The berserkers up north. They make it +2. Yeah. Whiff. Oh, actually no. This guy is going to take. Actually, this guy's killed outright by a swipe from the axe of one of the
Nice.
war axes.
Get berserked, dummy.
This guy actually also gets whacked, but not quite killed.
Mods, berserk this guy.
Take note, they have about 6 hit points.
Heard it said.
I mean, what?
Like, shouting mods is basically the same as, like, shouting guards.
All right. I'm going to go from top to bottom for melee. Glorpert, you're in melee with this green underpriest. Do you want to shank him?
Yes.
All right.
I draw the dark blade of Sarachek.
He is
Yay.
he is
And I
alarmed
miss.
by it. Your sword clashes against his heavy flail, and you can feel it bite deep into the iron of his weapon, and he's taken aback by the power of this legendary blade. But his guard is strong. Finbar, you are next to another one of these priest guys and this horrible ogre.
I attacked. I already rolled to attack the ogre, and I rolled a 1. So I'm
All right.
guessing it didn't hit.
Okay. As you draw your, what are you attacking him with? The tomb sword?
The foe racker, the +2 warhammer.
All right. You raise your hand to strike him, and as you lower it, he just grabs your wrist and sort of shoves you back, just like leering down on you, drawing back
Hey.
big teeth. In his other hand, he whiffs his gigantic hammer.
He Thanos'd you.
Okay, Ulfkel, your homie's getting harassed by that ogre. What you gonna do about it? Who you shanking?
I'm gonna hit the ogre. I'm gonna raise Gold Spear and say, "For foreign king and country!"
Nice. Make your roll.
The
All
big
right,
fight.
that will definitely hit. And all right, not sure why
How
you
about that
rolled
second one?
twice.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm out of control.
It's fine. He's too powerful.
I'll go with the 18.
He's limit breaking.
No one man should kick so much ass. All right, yeah.
He's going Super Saiyan.
Don't you say that. Don't you say those words.
Don't give him ideas.
His hair turns the color of his spear.
Ugh. Okay, so 6 damage. Your wound weapon bites deep into him. Hang on a second, I gotta be real creative with this guy for a second. This accounting system is being problematic.
I must say, Richard, you've done a very good job about making this encounter feel very deadly.
Oh, good. The ogre is wounded deeply. I don't have a convenient way to mark his hit points, so I'm just going to have to write them down. However, you feel like you've taken off a decent chunk of his hit points. A couple more of those would kill him.
The way you said that, it sounded like we insulted him. He's wounded deeply.
He is insulted. All right, Perderi, you are locked in combat with a bunch of horrid zombies.
I am swiping at one for a whopping 2 damage.
All right, that isn't quite enough to kill it, but you do wound it.
About that minimum
only-
damage roll.
You would have killed it too, if only it had blood to spill. Its throat is severed and it doesn't care. All
Dollar
right.
store tomb sword.
Who else is in
I think
melee? I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
All
Is
right.
Minot can do anything, or is he still like hiding?
Uh,
That's up to
well,
Magnus.
I mean, it's too dangerous to take a shot.
Right.
He doesn't really see
Perderi
an
is.
opportunity
I
at the
do
moment.
accept the risk of getting hit if you want to shoot by Perderi.
Your opponent, most of your enemies are very soft targets compared to Perderi.
But no pressure.
Also, wouldn't he get +2? No, it's a +4 to hit as a thief because he's a allies adjacent, but he wouldn't get the +4 damage or max damage because it's not a backstab. It's a +2 for most people. This is I can bring it up. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
If you could, I'd appreciate that because
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
yeah, it's let's see here. Combat.
What's his general intention, though, Monacan? What's his basic vibe here? What's he going for?
I mean, are Dobby and Zoltan gonna move up and engage those guys, or?
Zoltan is
spell this.
yeah,
turn.
Zoltan is casting spells. Dobby is
Dobby
turning.
is turning. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, he's willing to maintain the second rank when they do move up.
Okay.
There's not really much point in him trying to go through all of that mess.
Alrighty. In that case, it is now my turn to make attacks.
Could probably wriggle past me if you're just trying to rush past. Like I'm probably not completely blocking the door.
Any attack
He's
from
quite
behind
capable
has
of
a
melee.
hit bonus of +2 or a +4 if made by thief or assassin, but there are only 2 ways for most people to get behind. One's to surprise an opponent from behind, a surprise action. The other is to attack an opponent from behind when an ally is attacking from the front.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
So you get a plus, what is that,
That's only-
20% for a
right,
thief.
That's with right. That's with a
Doesn't say that.
Melee?
sword.
Oh.
You're thinking of backstab, I think.
Interesting.
And
That's
by
what
the
this
way,
is.
everybody else should get a +2 if you have.
Yeah. Magnus, say that one more time.
I thought that's what you were talking about was backstab.
Oh, well, so there's backstab where you get the bonus damage, but as a thief, anytime you get a bonus for attacking someone from behind, you get a +4 bonus instead of a +2.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not that big a deal. If he's not still hanging back, that's fine.
Yep.
That said,
Yeah, I guess Ulfkill should have gotten that right because he's tagging the ogre from behind.
that's true, but he did hit it anyway. So,
Yeah.
all right.
I'm trying to figure
Now.
out how much of these guys I can hit with my phantasmal force, which is
We'll
seeming
find
to be
out.
pretty good at being precise in the past.
You'll find out in a minute. First, we're going to see how this melee combat works. If I roll an even, I'm going to go from bottom up. If I roll an odd, I'm going to go from top to the bottom. I roll an even, go from the bottom up. We're going to start with the zombies. Okay, this zombie is going to attack this berserker. And what's this guy's got? Okay, he hits, doing 4 points of damage to the berserker, smashing the stained glass image against the wall with a sound of cracking glass. This zombie here is going to go after Perderi. Misses. He cannot penetrate your armor with its flailing fists. This zombie here is going to go up against the berserker. Hits squarely. Almost kills the berserker in one hit. A fracture runs all the way through the berserker's body as he's momentarily picked up and smashed against the ground. This zombie goes against the berserker to his north. Misses completely. Berserker holds him off effortlessly with the butt of his axe. This guy here attempts to strike down the berserker to his south to avenge his fallen comrade. He's grossly outmatched, but he tries anyway.
Emphasis on the gross.
He hits, actually. He hits squarely, but for only 1 point of damage. It's a glancing blow. This guy here attempts to strike the guy to his south with his gigantic set club. Whiffs. This guy here attempts to scoots to the side and gets behind Ulfkel for a +2 bonus to hit. Attempts to brain him from behind with a huge studded club. Creams him for 1 point of damage. Ulfkel, you take a point of damage as your helmet is rattled around you and your crown shakes. The ogre brings down his gigantic, horrible mallet on Finbar. Creams you thoroughly. Bounces you off the floor for 7 points of damage.
It's all ogre.
Not quite yet. The green underpriest attempts to take a swat at you, but the ogre's mostly in the way. So, whiffs completely. Can't hit a thing. The ogre's enthusiasm makes it impossible to approach. Here's the important one. Blorford, cross your fingers. This green underpriest raises his right hand. A necrotic arc twists around it, and as an evil power, he forms his hand into holds 2 fingers forward, and a sharp, dark light lingers on the tips of them. He attempts to plunge it straight into your heart.
Inflict wound?
He misses.
Oof.
What a jabroni.
The cursed energy skates off the tip of your shield, as you leaving him vulnerable to a counterattack. All right, and then the spells go off. Okay, so we've got Test Pattern, or we've got Zolotin, who's dropping a Phantasmal Force.
If I can.
We've got Magnus, who is dropping a Lightning Bolt. We've got Dobby, who is dropping a a turning effect. And
Magnus is not dropping a lightning bolt.
Right, a confusion effect.
Confusion.
Yeah, confusion.
The fruit of
Moore
confusion.
was doing a charm person.
Okay. Okay. And there's no one else, just those 4.
Oh wait, I said silence first, and then I said turning.
Does anyone else remember him saying silence?
Yeah, he did, and then
Okay.
Absolutely
we
did.
converted the turning.
I kind of bullied him into the turning. Well, can stick with the silence.
Get bullied.
Okay.
I mean, you're kind of bullying us all right now, Richard.
That's my job. All right, so I'm going to pick which one of these guys goes off first randomly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, first one is Magnus's confusion effect. The spell goes off.
Yes. The odd strains from a small pan flute that he suddenly pulls out of his a pack at his waist float through the melee and the cacophonous confusion only becomes worse. Somehow the intertwining of these piping notes worms its way amongst the other sounds that are being heard. It affects 2d6 creatures. Creatures of 3 hit dice or fewer are automatically affected by the spell, and it takes effect instantly. Creatures of 4 hit dice or more automatically overcome the confusion effect as it builds up to its full power, 1d12 minutes plus minus the caster's level, which in this case is 6. Only then are they permitted a saving throw. So eventually these creatures are likely to succumb to the confusion, for they must continue to make another saving throw every 10 minutes until the spell's 2-hour duration runs its course.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievably brutal. Now,
That's crazy.
roll 2d6 and hope you don't roll a 3.
Yeah, okay.
It will be allocated among targets starting from the lowest hit dice up. So you need to roll at least 4. Okay, so that's not really a problem at all.
9.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the entire enemy field.
Okay, so now 3 hit dice or less are automatically affected.
Okay, it's
And
not
What was the roll? I
now
didn't see roll.
I'm gonna roll 2d6
9.
again.
What's the second one?
How they're affected.
Oh, yes.
Unless you want to roll that.
That's kind of my job. I have to roll that on their
Okay,
turn.
you roll that. You roll
Is
that.
there a
Okay.
confused effect?
No, there's 3 effects. They either attack the caster and the caster's allies, or they stand baffled and inactive, or they attack each other.
All right, I'm going to mark these guys as stunned. But that represents that they are confused. We will roll their effect next turn.
All right.
So what is your caster level? Your
6. But
All
the
right.
caster level is not my caster level. It's the
flute's caster level.
flute's caster level. Yeah. The
Well, the
flute's
minimum
nature's
caster level to cast a 4th level spell is 7.
7. Yeah.
So what I would like you to do is roll 1d12 minus 7. Determine how many minutes it takes before these guys have to make a saving throw.
D12 minus 7.
Yes, it says it. Okay,
Okay,
so they are
0.
immediately affected. You can see that it takes 1d12 minutes minus the caster's level to see when they have to start making their saving throws. And that answer is right now. So, first, this guy is going to make his saving throw. He is confused immediately.
Real quick, what was the hit dice that they're automatically affected?
3 hit
3
dice
and
or
under.
less.
Okay.
And actually, yeah, that applies to these guys too.
And it only hits the enemy, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, why would you ask that?
Oh, what did it say? AOE.
The description says this spell confuses people and monsters, making them act randomly. But
Why
since
would you
I'm-
ask that?
Since I'm the one casting it, I'm going to assume that I'm casting it at all those of ill will in the room that I can generally see.
That's the kind of question that's asked by a man who wants to be confused.
Get
Maybe
confuzzled.
it's got
I
a
love
temp-
my
it's got a
confusion is
temporal.
self-inflicted. That's true.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got a temporal effect. It has already affected you, I think.
Okay. All right. So that was brutal.
What would I ask them?
Okay.
Forgot to assign
Next.
homework.
Is Moore. Roll your charm. Moore, who are you targeting with the charm effect?
She's going to target the highest ranking, most resilient living human that she can see
That's
from
his
where
guy.
she is all the way down there.
All right.
Imagine he just becomes a henchman.
Well, that does not happen this time because he shrugs off her charm effect.
I mean, that'd be a
Next turn.
crazy outcome to this battle.
You cannot make friends with a frog. Frog doesn't operate on that level.
She's like charmed like 3 goblins at this point. It's becoming a thing.
I think, in
She
fact,
can
actually,
only charm goblins.
write this down right now.
Okay.
Moore can now speak Goblin. It's been long
Yes.
enough. She's been doing that. Okay. Next,
Yep.
the silence effect. Dobby. God, how does that spell work? Some excruciatingly cruel thing. Can you imagine that if you'd rolled anything other than a 6, how different this would have gone?
Silence.
I can't imagine. I'm
Yeah,
imagining,
yeah.
I'm imagining a
Dude.
fireball or something is involved.
50
To quote
15-foot
Father
radius.
Chris, why would you ask that?
Around the targeted creature or object.
Yes, a 15-foot radius.
Yeah.
Are you going to, now? Where are you dropping the silence effect?
On the head blobber guy.
All right. He will get a saving throw.
Hang on, I'm flipping back through tabs, whatnot. Is he close enough to the guy at the altar to hit both?
I don't understand what you mean.
Oh, that's
The-
15 feet.
That is 15 feet.
Could he?
Yeah.
Could he get both of them? Because it's a 15-foot radius, right?
It's not a matter of getting both of them. If he casts it on one of them, the other is within the area of effect.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
like there's one guy who it follows. You don't have to put it on a specific guy, but if you put it on a specific guy, it follows them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, whereas if you were to put it on the altar, he could just walk out of it.
Yes.
In theory.
Right.
Okay.
Now, I'm not seeing anything about a saving throw in.
There is. It just there
spell
is no.
Oh, you're
sound.
right. Okay, so
Yeah.
he is the silence guy.
That's why it is a brutal spell. And their spells need words.
All right. Which is important for him because he was casting a real humdinger. All right, hang on a second. There's a thing.
Anytime I play a character that wants to deal with mages, I try to get silence.
So good.
Maybe this is a conversation for a later time, but it does say nothing from this area, no matter how loud, can be heard outside the radius.
Yes.
Is that generally understood to mean that they cannot say anything?
The spells have a verbal component that needs to be spoken aloud. And
Okay.
it's actually
I'm just saying my reading would be that it would be able to be heard in the radius, i.e. it says cannot be heard outside the radius. I don't know. Might be
All right.
thinking too much about it.
Actually, no, hang on a minute. The traditional color for this sort of effect is blue. Blue magic, the color
Hey,
of
that's Rappan's
jerks.
color, according to his daughter.
Alrighty. So that's silence. Alright, Zolatan. Phantasmal Force. Who are you wasting?
As I understand, I can use it to hit multiple targets with great discrimination.
Correct.
All right, well, can I... Well, the effect that I want to happen is, you remember how we were thinking of busting in through the ceiling?
Yes,
I,
go on.
I do that to a great scale in Pretend.
Alright.
So, like, just huge, like, coatl or possibly a dragon, depending on how they're looking at it, just kind of busts in through the ceiling, and like, and all of the sunlight that they hate pours in, and also, but most importantly, like, there's a rain of debris that will just clobber them.
Alrighty.
I thought you meant like 16 dudes, Bravo 6 going dark fast roping in from the ceiling with like HK MP5s or whatever.
And
That's
is
a
there
great
anyone
idea for next
who
time.
you can target with that? That seems like it would target everybody. Alright, so I'm gonna start rolling saving throws, starting from the top. So, da-da. He is okay. He is...
Wait, for what are we rolling saving throws for?
I am rolling saving
Okay.
throws for the enemy versus the Phantasmal Force that Zolatan has just cast. They are convinced that they are being killed by a cascade of rubble crashing down from above. Wait, why did I roll a 2d6 there? Right, because it was to see how much damage he took.
I'm not. Yeah, I'll say. So you're ruling that a saving throw will allow them not to believe it.
Yes.
Okay.
And in the context of the spells where when
Oh,
he's
yeah,
using
sorry.
it, you just
No,
do
it's not.
damage, then yeah,
No,
saving throw
I'm
it does
sorry.
nothing.
No, the text specifically says unless the referee rules otherwise, victims of the spell are permitted a saving throw.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
There are situations where you can. There are definitely situations where you can use Phantasmal Force where the victim will not receive a saving throw. Trying to kill them with a rain of debris is not one of them.
Right.
Seems more than reasonable.
Okay. And this guy, saving throw. He also takes the damage.
Ha. Should I roll one damage number for all of them?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that 9 that I rolled.
Oh, okay, as you wish.
Okay. And these poor schmucks.
Wait, what did you? Oh yeah, okay, that's the right roll. Yes.
Alright, so fine. This'll just take him right out. He thinks he's dead.
Yeah, I think technically
That's
that does
fine.
only render them unconscious, not truly dead.
And this guy also thinks he's dead.
We will ensure that they are truly dead.
Yes.
Just
And
letting
that
you know.
is the entirety of the enemies of your spells.
All right.
Okay. This guy's spell was going to be a Finger of Death targeting Magnus. Instead, it's nothing. So,
Hey.
Outstanding.
What? How unexpected!
okay. Now, as the blood cascades onto the altar up here, a insidious transformation begins to unfurl across this place of battle.
Hate transformations.
From the very columns around you, the stonework begins to crawl down and animate into the shape of horrendous amphibii.
Oh.
No!
Oh no.
Come on, confusion.
Froggy?
I'd really rather they didn't.
I would prefer not to.
A great host of horrific beasts crawls down. The frogs, the size of hunting hounds, teeth teeth bared behind lipless mouths, hunger in their, and a blind, malicious hunger in their bodies. This whole situation just got weirder. Let's see who reacts first.
Roll high.
Initiative.
Oh, I rolled a D8 on accident.
Well,
That's too high.
Dang it.
uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Remind me to have a
Alright.
conversation with the light, because I'm counting way more than 13.
They are confused. A lot of them, all 9 of them, or something. Somebody.
Every enemy in the field is confused, except for the frogs, who
So
are.
most of them aren't.
That is a problem. Yes.
Yeah, but they're just frogs the size of hunting hounds. surrounding
I have
our
an
half-dead
idea.
Glorpert.
But we can't do it until our turn, obviously.
Okay.
So my character can want me to explain?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so my idea is that my character is relatively fast, and he's been carrying around a vial of holy water for a long time. So I was thinking he would just rush in and try to dilute the blood on the altar with the holy water, and just hope that that undoes all of this.
Like it. What?
It might be too
what
late to do
was
anything,
the?
Consecrate it real quick.
What was the commune we got about altars?
Oh.
Desecrate.
Oh.
Don't
I
desecrate.
think. Well, this
It's already
technically,
desecrated.
actually, this would be consecrating it.
yes.
That's a really good question, is that I don't know
You're
if
the
putting
ones
holy water on
desecrating.
an unholy thing is desecrating it.
It is.
Okay,
I'm not.
well,
I'm not
then-
going to
For the
sugarcoat this
purposes
one.
of the
One-
game.
Yeah, it 100% is.
Okay, well then, I guess I can't do that thing that I said then.
I mean, you can.
I guess I oughtn't do that thing that
There
I
you
said.
He's
go.
really keen on you.
Well, then I don't
Alright.
have any ideas.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't want to shoot you down, but I wanted to make sure that was remembered.
No, it's important to think
Okay.
about that stuff.
So, is anyone casting a spell?
Charm
Lightning bolt.
person.
Alrighty. A charm person is being cast. Anything else?
Lightning
Turn.
bolt, Magnus.
Lightning bolt.
A lightning bolt is being cast.
Web.
Hey.
Good.
Damn, I don't know if web's a good idea.
Dob.
Great
What's
idea.
Dob? Is Dobby doing any spell casting, or is he waiting and
Turn.
doing melee?
Turn.
Okay. Prompt here. First, the enemy moves in to attack. Let's see. I think if it's appropriate to.
Surely they have summoning sickness, right?
Yeah, they should. I don't want them to blip into existence and then instantly dogpile you. That doesn't feel cool. That just
No,
feels
do
like a
it.
dick move.
No, dude.
It is written.
Did you roll for the confused effect yet?
Not yet. I'm gonna do that on their initiative. But actually, I should do that now. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna roll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll it for the entire enemy group because otherwise, it'll be a nightmare. And we'll all
Question
ensure-
about that: do these things need to be commanded to do something?
No. Oh,
Ah,
that means
Ooh, that's a
that
good
means they
confuse.
attack each other.
That is good.
Is the ogre affected by that?
No, the ogre is too stupid. And he rolled a 17.
Been there, man.
All right.
Too
so the
stupid to be
abbot,
confused.
all of the enemy are committed to melee combat versus their allies at this time, except for the giant killer frogs.
Big problem. It's a big exception.
Okay. But what that
Yeah.
means is that the green underpriest and the abbot are going to defend Glorpert against the gigantic swarm of death frogs. But not that effectively.
Mods confuse these guys.
It gets eerily silent around Glorpert.
I like to imagine Glorpert's still trying to scream his head off. In a
What do you mean?
Is
trying?
that
I'd be
Yeah,
fine.
He's
screaming his head off. 100%.
he's screaming the litany of Kayden. I mean, in silence.
Hey, there we go.
All right.
Let's get some battle hymns going.
screaming the litany of kitten. What's up? Sorry.
All right.
Caden's rest.
All right.
Oh,
I'm going
oh.
to save us all a little bit of time. I'm not
That's
going to
way
roll
more
out all
sense.
these. There's a lot of attacks going on over here. I'm not going to roll all of them. This man is eaten. He is ripped to shreds by horrible frogs.
Yay!
They go at him like piranha.
What a fate.
The ones attacking the abbot have to actually do some violence, though. So he has a lot more hit dice. All right. Remember what sort of nonsensical attacks these creatures have. Right, I've got this. I made notes for myself to save myself some time.
The frogs
are-
weren't confused. This is just what they do.
All right.
Oh my god.
Holy crap, man.
Okay, so that's 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus
They have choreography.
1 plus 1 plus 4. So this guy takes 13 points of damage as he is viciously savaged by the frogs
Man,
and viciously savages them in turn.
this reminds me of my Bloomborough magic deck.
Yeah.
Braining one of them,
Me too.
not doing that much damage. Now Glorpert has serious problems. Everyone,
Oh,
put your hands
Glorpert.
together and pray for Glorpert.
Oh, Glorbert.
Lorpert will be fine.
No matter what
It's not gonna be
happens.
fine, chat.
Chat. Chat, we might be cooked.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Boss, time this guy out.
That's
20.
So that's what's his armor class again? 17?
No, it's now 16 because he's using the Sword of Sarachek, so he can't
Righto,
wield a
righto.
shield.
All right, so he is hit once for 2 by this guy. Then this next guy comes in. He hits you for a total of 5 damage. So that's a total of 7.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Then this
Oh
guy
no.
Cat, frog this guy.
hits
Mods,
you
frog
once
this
again
guy.
for a total of 11.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Lorpert, no.
That's the end for Glorpert, I think.
Is there
Steve,
any way Ulfkill can intervene and like do a heroic dive in there?
Man, I don't know what to tell you. Roll me a d20, and if you get a 20, you do something totally sick nasty.
Come on,
I'm
babe.
afraid-
Come on.
I'm afraid you're
Oh,
sick.
one.
You just aren't that sick nasty right now. I'm sorry, man.
Mods, frog this guy.
You're busy with a frog. Glorpert is savaged to death by the horrible frogs.
Just
At
see the
least-
blade of Sarachek and then just like blood and stuff getting ripped apart from under a pile of frogs.
We can at least
We-
take solace. It was
I
really
wish
fast.
I wish I could tell
It
you
was
all this is
so
my first
fast. He
time.
goes down in a hurry.
This time
Getting
dying in a
mauled.
frog swarm.
Yeah, this is my second frog swarm death.
Okay.
So
These frogs eat these acolytes.
I think Mods frog this guy is really funny.
It's pretty
That was
good.
pretty
All right. And these guys have pretty mediocre, terrible armor class, so they're getting just shredded. So that's 3 plus 4 is 7 plus. So that's 14 damage. That's more hit points than he's got. He goes down too.
What happens when you tangle with the frogs?
Live by the frog, die by the frog.
Okay.
Seriously.
That didn't hit me for a second. That's really funny.
Alrighty. So that was my melee. Oh wait, no, the zombos. So the zombies are 1d20 plus 2, or 1d8. This is from left to. This is in clockwise order. All right. This north
Oh,
block guy destroys this berserker completely, smashing it to bits. Whiff. This guy hits this berserker for 2 points of damage. Otherwise, does not. Okay. You guys all hear an agonized and very dignified shriek of death from our dear friend Ross. Glorpert.
Unfortunately, Richard, we actually don't hear that because
Yeah,
he's in the silence.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you guys have no idea. You don't even know.
Lorpert's doing?
He's lost in a swarm of frogs.
Kind of missed
Glorpert's
it.
probably fine. Don't worry about it.
Ulfkill sees him being rent apart and he throws up in his mouth.
Oh,
Oh man,
So,
that dark.
small issue though. Did we get to like move?
It is our initiative up next. They won the initiative.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if we all move and then attack.
Well,
You're right, no.
movement is supposed to happen before melee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I oopsie doopsie. You guys were locked in melee anyway, and they had initiative. But you're right.
Well, I kind
should've
of need
let
to
you-
get a little closer in order to web, but I'm not actually sure if I can get past these zombies without.
You
getting...
can. That was Praderi's whole thing. He is
Right.
stuck in them. You can wiggle through.
I'll move up to here so I can like web this group,
Okay.
or try to. I mean, I might as well hit Glorpert too because he's a little beyond saving.
Yeah.
Might as well hit.
Is it possible?
Coat.
Is it
I'm
possible?
gonna hit him with a
for-
web, not like a fireball.
Sure.
Go on.
Yes. Say Magnus.
Is it possible for Magnus to get up there behind, like right in the doorway?
Like here? Oh, here? Yeah, he can get here.
Here.
Yes, he can go here.
Okay. That's the only way he's going to be able to see to. I mean, I could argue that, I have some general notion that there's things over there, but it's not much of an argument. I can't see the bulk of the things I need to shoot at.
That's fine. You can move up over here. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Hey, Richard, real quick. Oh,
Uh-huh.
am I muted? Can I make a thief? Awesome.
Why would I say no?
Well,
Of course you-
I had like all these Byzantine rules about that, so I wanted to ask. I didn't want to be.
No, that's fair. No, yeah, you can make a thief. If you hurry, you can get it. Actually, no, it says to be open in 7 minutes. But
All right.
alrighty,
Here we come, Florpert.
all right. Everyone who's in hand-to-hand combat, tell me what you're doing.
Perderi is locked in with the zombies. He's going to try to finish them.
All right,
and so he can join the fight.
roll to kill.
Elfkill's gonna whack the ogre.
All right,
Yep, Finbar too.
all right. All right, roll damage. That mulches this one.
Get mulched. Mods, mulch this guy.
Pasling, Owen, and Nisel were trying to support Magnus. They would continue to do so, so they would probably
Yeah, you can move them up here if you will.
Pasling and Nisel will ward him.
Test his mapping whips.
Yeah. And then I don't think they would be able. Well, they'd be able to move and attack, right?
Yes.
Okay. So they will do that. Pasling will attack this cultist dude right here.
Okay. Or you do more? Roll the hit and see. Okay.
And
Is
it's
that
probably
flanked?
not gonna hit.
It actually will, because you're attacking him from behind.
No, Pasling is right here attacking this guy.
Ah, but who is he attacking? His allies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hit.
So that is 11 to hit, and that will be 3 damage.
Okay.
And then Nisel will hack at the southernmost zombie here, who is also
Okay.
flanked.
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah.
All right. Finbar. No, Ulfkill.
Okay.
You are here.
Can Monacan take a hack at this guy?
Yes, Monacan can take it hack. Go ahead and roll for stab with whatever weapon you see fit.
Bastard sword.
All right.
You hit.
You
He's
didn't have to
probably
insult
dead.
Do I have that in his combat sheet? I don't think I do.
4 strength, off to a good start.
It's
Just roll a 1d20.
he's at a +2 for it.
Okay.
Florpert's gonna go crazy.
You want me to roll for you, or like I don't?
No, I got it. Okay.
Mods, Florpert this guy.
All right.
That's gonna be if he's rolling at a +4,
That'll-
then that's 15.
That'll
to
yeah,
hit.
that'll absolutely hit.
Okay, and it's D8, I believe.
Yes. Does
D8 plus
can
1.
you backstab a zombie? Is there any reason you couldn't?
Not by the
I'll
rules.
do it.
Like later editions, they were somehow immune to critical hits, but I don't. Yeah, in later editions, they were immune to critical hits. I don't
That guy.
think
I
that's 1A.
Yeah, let me check
Yeah.
real fast. I'm pretty sure you can just. This will probably just kill him.
Yeah.
I'm realizing that the
Maybe
quickest
not.
way out of here
Yeah,
is
you do
through
double
the front
damage.
door,
Oof.
rather than trying to do all that shenanigans to scale the wall out of here.
All right.
Well, and this double damage is the overall is double total, including the strength, sorry, not strength.
If he's
the
got a
plus
damage
1 for
modifier,
damage.
then yeah, that applies also.
And then it's 4 damage.
All right. Still not killed, but he's definitely softened up. Alrighty, Ulfkel. Ooh, good hit. Who are you stabbing
good.
with that?
The ogre.
Alright, the ogre hates that.
7 damage.
Ooh, almost dead. He has got a whopping 2 hit points remaining. I'll just tell you. You have got his attention.
For better or worse.
Okay. Actually, hang on a second. I never rolled this this underpriest, who should be rolling to attack this ogre. That's yeah. Don't worry about it. He's probably fighting the stone. Let's see. Okay, Finbar. Ulfkel is stabbing the bejesus out of the ogre who you are locked in combat with. To the north, you can see a bunch of frogs descending on Glorpert, but you're sure he's got it. That guy's solid as a rock.
Oh, well, I guess I'll hit the ogre. I think I'm still. I assume he's still facing me, right?
Yes.
Did the ogre attack? this
Oh,
turn?
did I get a bonus for attacking the ogre from behind?
I don't think you did.
Oh, yeah, I didn't attack you with the ogre yet. Thank you very much. And go ahead and...
Yeah.
You get
yeah,
plus
I'm
20
sorry.
experience points for reminding me you have home.
Yes, it was worth dying.
He doesn't do that much damage. Okay, maybe he does.
I have 21 hit points left. I'm alright.
Alright, well, let's hope I don't roll
A 22.
some insane number. Alright, does a 16 hit you?
No.
Okay. The mallet slams into the ground beside you and you dodge. Or shrug it off with your shield, one of those. While Ulfkel stabs the bejesus out of it. Okay, now roll your counterattack.
Alright.
Alright, that is an ex-ogre. He has ceased to be. Describe how you de-ogue him while I roll the rest. While I... Actually, there's no one else in hand-to-hand combat. While I prepare for Christopher to... For Father Christopher to clear the field with a horrifying lightning bolt.
Yeah, so Finbar deflects the mallet off his shield, and he brings the foe racker up in a tremendous Shoryuken uppercut right into his nuts. And that's enough for him. Right up under the loincloth.
All right, I'm gonna roll a saving throw.
A true
All
warrior
right, he
death.
passes, so he doesn't die instantly, but he is incapacitated with dignity.
Your lineage ends here, beast.
And we can pretty much see what's happened to Glorpert at this point.
It's not super. You can't see exactly because he's behind a column and also behind a lot of frogs. But there's a lot of blood flying around, and yeah, no, he's dead.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably recoverable, but he's pretty dead. You hope he's dead.
In the suffering.
Ooh.
Does it go off now?
Oh, yeah, sorry, yes, lightning bolt. Where are you, where's the point of origin?
The point
Okay.
of origin
So,
is... You see that?
yeah, I see it. Here?
That should cover, yeah.
Alright.
Point of origin is up here. And hold on, stop. How do I get rid of...
Try slapping the escape button a couple times, or hit
Okay.
or hit Control Z.
Control...
Is there an undo? That's revolutionary.
Nice. Okay, so 58 feet is what that says by my measurement.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay, that is what we're doing.
Zorp. All right, roll 6d6.
Pull for lightning.
Not
Absolutely average.
great.
Absolutely perfectly average. All right. Every single frog in the path is obliterated immediately. My forefather also obliterated. Could you put that line back?
Oh, sorry.
And the abbot is also caught in it. I'm going to have to roll a saving throw for him. Which he passes, so he takes 10 damage.
Let's maximize it here.
Yes.
Hold on a second.
Was it 5 foot or 10 foot wide?
It's 10 feet wide.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Then we'll obliterate a couple extra frogs then. Also obliterated! Alright.
Damn.
Dead, barely alive. This frog's fine, this frog's fine. An immense frog surplus suddenly becomes a frog drought.
Unless you
Don't
were
take that.
looking for frog meat.
True. Okay. Dobby, roll for turn.
Right, 2d10.
Yes, that is a success. Roll 1d6. Alright. This zombie is obliterated. Melted by the power of the cross. The zombie is turned and also damaged. Mark him as...
I gotta figure out how to have a template be at an angle. I'm trying to figure out how to rotate one of those.
What I really want to figure out is how I can copy a collection of tokens and then rotate it so that the tokens are all moving on a tray. So that will save me endless time. Alrighty. Next. So that's turn. Zoltan, web. Where's your web going?
Well, I've been trying to figure out how to rotate a template, but on the other hand, most of the guys that I was about to web are just fucking dead. So
Also obliterated, yes.
how about here? I think that's about right.
Yeah, sure. You want to web this front line? Yeah, you can web those
Yeah,
guys.
let's web these guys.
They are bewebbed. The few remaining frogs are ensnared in a thick, viscous grasp. Lastly, a charm spell coming off from Moore.
Same kind of deal. The most important looking, most untouched looking human
There aren't any.
that she could see. Okay,
No.
then the spell is
Just-
wasted.
Sorry, just
No, you're good.
nothing. It's been a pretty violent few moments.
Can you charm an unconscious one? I don't know if that's how it works.
There aren't any.
Oh,
And that is the action, and it is 8:35. All right.
we gotta wrap up.
Let's see if the abbot will have any sort of sanity this following turn. A 9. Nope, he's still gonna get himself. He's okay. So the abbot rolled a attack each other result again. So here is what I would propose will happen. The abbot will be taken out in the confusion. You can take him captive, or you can slay him. Your enemies are routed. Glorpert, tragically, was torn to shreds by frogs. However, with the blessing of the light, and hopefully a healthy serving of horse glue loaned to you guys by Ullman, it should be possible to restore him to life.
I don't know, man. He also got hit by that lightning.
Does he wish to be revived, or does he?
I kind of get the impression he's okay with remaining in the light, but I'm not completely certain.
I mean,
we wouldn't know that. Like our
Really?
characters would not know that
Glorpert,
he wants
You
to be
can commune with him later.
Okay.
You-
We do need to wrap up.
yeah, Ross can
Check his
make a decision
last
later.
will and testament.
Okay.
It's
You
4
have
sentences.
successfully obliterated your foes. We will come back. I am going to assume that you plunder the obviously plunderable, and don't touch anything that seems dangerous, and scamper on home. Does that sound good to you guys?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. That was
Intense.
more chaotic than I had expected, but honestly, I should have known better. You guys, this is the level you guys operate on. You guys make trouble.
I can't believe Glorpert got torn to shreds and all the shreds were set on fire.
I was fully expecting
I-
someone to die.
I can. That's exactly the sort of thing that would happen to Glorpert.
I absolutely can believe this.
Yes, it's true.
Death by
Alright.
frog I'm so sorry, Glorpert.
Glorpert's family
Tried to
mourn
warn
him,
us.
heavily, and we will determine the precise fate of Glorpert's immortal soul and or whatever this part of him is tomorrow, or